Let's go Falcons! Hey yo, batter up, let the ball begin. Solano Falcons, bout to show you how you win. Solano Baseball, all have tight skills. All-stars everywhere with highlight reels. Everybody watch out, cause when it's game time, we going for the W, gonna make our name shine. Falcons dominate when the game's on the line, so go get your bell, Solano. Why? Cause it's game time, hey yo, it's game time, so let the games begin. Solano on the field and we gain in a win. Hey yo, it's game time, don't you hear the people chant? Cause this is our house, make way for the champ, it's game time.
Good afternoon, baseball fans, and thanks for tuning in to the Solano College Sports Network. We're at beautiful Bill and Louise Yarborough Stadium for a BVC match between the Marin Mariners and the Solano Falcons. I am Stash Zamoydas. Joined with me in the booth today is our fearless leader, Greg Poff. Greg, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, and I am looking forward to an exciting baseball game here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. And Stash, you know, the last time these two teams faced each other here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium, that was one of the best community college baseball games I've seen up until that top of the 10th inning when Marin was able to scratch a run home. 2 errors by Solano led to that eventual winning run. Marin won that game 2-1. Solano came back a couple days later, evened the series at 1-1. And when you look at this game today, the series is on the line. Both these teams come in tied for the Bay Valley Conference. The team that wins today will have a leg up in winning the overall conference championship. Should be an outstanding game today.
Absolutely. Both these teams ranked in the top 10 in Northern California. Marin at number 8, Solano at number 7. Both with a 15-4 record in the Bay Valley Conference. What is going to be the key to this game? Who will decide? What factor will decide this game?
I think the same thing that we saw in that first game. It's going to come down to execution, and both these teams are very similar. Solid hitting, excellent defense, solid pitching. The team that makes the fewest errors is going to win this game. Book it.
All right, and so let's go to today's starting lineups for the Marin Mariners. Leading off, playing shortstop, is going to be Matthew Tarantino. Out in right field, batting second, Sam Morgan. At first base, the 3-hole hitter, Steve DiMartini. Ryan Schultz, the third baseman, followed by Chris Heyman, the center fielder. Dominic DeVille, the DH. Jamie Potts out in left field, Jeff Villafana at second base, and Sterling Champagne behind the dish. And pitching for the Marin Mariners is going to be Steve Baker. And for the Solano Falcons, leading off, Alvaro Rubalcaba hitting as the DH today, Joey Dotson at shortstop, Bo Siegel at first base, Garland Webster at third base, Darian Evans out in right, Jacob Pawlowski out in left, Ian Acosta behind the dish, Connor Dick at second base, Alex Nesikevich out in center field, and Dustin LaBeat will be on the mound. Little different lineup than we're used to seeing for Solano with Joey Dotson and Connor Dick. Brad, first time ever these two are going to be up the middle together. How do you think that will play out in this game?
Well, we'll find out. It's going to be a big test for the freshman. And two, you're taking Rubalcaba out of the defense. You know he's one of the best defensive shortstops in all of California. So it's going to be a real test for the freshman. But I like Dodson. I like Connor Dick. Those kids are scrappy. I think they're going to strap it on and give us a good game today.
All right, you heard it from the man himself. It's going to be a great game. Looks like we're almost ready for first pitch, so we'll be back with the first pitch after this. All right, we're just about ready to go here in Bill and Louise Yarborough Stadium. And, man, what a windy day it is here.
Yeah, we're midway through April. This is like how it usually is in March here at Billy and Louise. Pretty mild March, too, as far as the wind. But, boy, the wind really picking up today. And we'll see how especially the fielders in the outfield deal with it.
Yeah, watching the flag, it really seems like the wind is blowing in, so it's going to take a lot of mustard to see if one of these guys want to take one out today. And like we said, Dustin LaBeat on the mound today for the Falcons. He comes in with a record of 8-4, the 2.34 ERA in 50 innings pitched with 36 strikeouts, and averages about 6.48 strikeouts per game. So that's a pretty good strikeout rate for Dustin LaBeat. And
yeah, and he's been real consistent. He's been that Thursday starter for the Falcons throughout the season. And also, opponents only hitting .241 against Dustin LaBeat. And we've talked about it. You mentioned it at the start of the broadcast. Boy, you look out here at Solano defensively, third base, shortstop, and second base, 3 freshmen. I think how well those kids play today really going to have an impact on this game. And I like all 3 of them, Webster, Dodson, and when Connor Dick has had a chance to play, he's been very productive, especially with the bat. I think these kids are going to make a big impact today.
Most definitely. It's really going to come down to the defensive side. Dustin LaBeat, he needs to come out here and start throwing strikes right off the bat and really dictate the strike zone today and keep the Marin hitters at bay.
Yeah, and LaBeat, he'll work both sides of the plate, change speeds on his pitches. He does an excellent job typically of keeping the batters off balance.
So the first batter for the Marin Mariners is going to be Matthew Tarantino. Tarantino comes into play at batting a .331 on the year.
Matthew Tarantino.
And boy, you want to talk about talented freshman, Mr. Tarantino. He's one of them, one of the top hitters for this solid Marin team. Also, he's money with the glove out at shortstop.
Yeah, he leads the team in doubles with 16, so he's a good table setter. So here comes the first pitch. First pitch, a little bit up. Count goes 1-0. First pitch, 240. It's a little bit of late start here today. Now the 1-0. There's the strike call around the outside corner, 1-1. So good job by LaBeat coming back with that second pitch strike.
You know, interesting, too, about Tarantino, you look at him as the leadoff hitter, leader in the team with RBIs, 24 on the season.
So now here comes the 1-1. And that's a bit low. Count goes to 2-1. You know, Tarantino's .361 on base percentage, so he's a very smart hitter. Doesn't really swing at much outside the strike zone. Only 11 strikeouts and 145 at-bats with 8 walks. Swings at this one, fouls it back. Count goes 2-2, so good pitch by LaBeat.
Yeah, Tarantino just got a piece of that. That ball was sinking as it got to the plate right at the knees, and he was able just to top it enough to stay alive.
So now the 2-2. Good curveball, and this one's poked right in the 5.5 hole, and that's a leadoff hit for Matthew Tarantino.
Yeah, nice job by Tarantino. LaBeat took a little bit off that pitch, and Tarantino able to stay patient, stay back on the ball, and just went with the pitch, lifted into left field. And so just like that, Marin, leadoff runner aboard, and they've got some excellent hitters coming up. There you see Sam Morgan, or you will in a second, hitting .370 on the season.
Yeah, keep an eye on Tarantino. He only has 1 stolen base on the year. And we know Ian Acosta behind the plate has an excellent arm playing behind the dish. So now it's going to be crucial for LaBeat. Now, try to get a ground ball, get a double play. Keep your pitch count low if you want to go deep into this game. Checks runner, fires. First pitch high and inside, ball 1.
Boy, the games don't get much bigger than this. Both these teams come in tied for the Bay Valley Conference lead at 15-4, and both teams 1-1 against each other. This game, if a tie, will determine the tiebreaker. The series victory today will be determined by one of these two teams.
That second pitch is low outside, 2-0. And yeah, like you said, very crucial game because whoever wins this game really controls their own fate the rest of the season to win the BBC title. You know, both teams, especially for seeding in the playoffs, the way the BVC's matched up, very strong year from the BBC Conference. This one's fouled back. Count goes 2-1, so good pitch by LaBeat. Sam Morgan a little out front.
Yeah, the Bay Valley Conference, 4 teams this year ranked in the top 20. Of course, you have Marin at 8, Solano 1 ahead at 7, but also Folsom Lake is ranked in the top 20 as well as Napa Valley College.
Yeah, all 4 teams have above 500 record. Napa 17-14, Folsom Lake 20-12, Solano 20-11. That pitch is low, 3-1. And Marin 21-9-1. They have a tie, which you don't really see that in baseball. So maybe playing where there's no lights and ran out of time.
Exactly.
So now here comes the 3-1. And that pitch is low, so that's a 5-pitch walk to Sam Morgan. Now it's going to be first and second and bring up Steven DiMartini. DiMartini coming in, batting a .328 on the year, the .415 on base percentage.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier for the Falcons as now they get to the heart of the lineup. As you said, DiMartini hitting .328, Schultz on deck hitting .375, and then you got Chris Heyman behind him hitting .380. So 3 tough hitters coming up for LaBeat. Nobody out here in the top of the first, and certainly Solano does not want to give any runs up to Marin early in this game.
Yeah, LaBeat is struggling to find a strike zone here in the early going. It's Going to prove crucial right here. He has not got a first pitch strike in the first 2 batters. That pitch is outside, ball 1. And we've seen this from Labitte early on in the year. You know, struggled for the first couple innings, but once he gets in the groove, he just starts pounding the strike zone, keeps the hitters at bay, and does an excellent job. So it's always the first inning for him that makes or breaks it. So now the 1-0. Oh, this one's lifted down the left field line. It's tailing away, and that's going to go out of play for a long strike.
Boy, and the wind really took that one because it wasn't that far foul, and the wind blowing from right to left just took that one almost over the fence there on the left field side of the field here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium.
Yeah, the wind definitely going to play a major factor in this game today. More in favor for the pitchers as it's blowing in, not blowing out as we're used to seeing here. So now the 1-1. Pitch high, 2-1.
And 2 changes for Solano defensively. Dodson, who's been so solid out in center field, now not in center, playing short. Nesikevich now getting the start in center field, but he's played center field a lot, also left field, so shouldn't be that much of a difference. And Nesikevich, not as fast as Dodson, but good speed out in center field.
Oh, and this one's lifted into right field. Evans going back. He has a beat on it, makes the grab for out number 1. Gets the ball in quickly, and Tarantino tags and makes it over to third. So 1 out. Runners are first and third, bringing up Ryan Schultz.
Nice job by Evans getting back on that ball, reading it perfectly. Still allows the runner from second to get down to third. So now runners on the corners with just 1 out, and the dangerous Ryan Schultz coming up to the plate.
Yeah, but I was also going to say, as the corner outfielders left and right field, you have Jacob Pavlovsky in left, Aaron Evans out in right, both big arms out there. So I'm sure Marin's going to keep a close eye on that. You got to respect the big arms. So the first pitch to Schultz. Curveball, could not get it to come down, 1-0.
Yeah, Labitte still just struggling with this control a little bit, trying to find the strike zone.
Yeah, the one curveball he really got into the zone was one Tarantino just poked out into left field, kind of hung it in there. Since then, he's living it up high, and if you're going to throw that curveball, you got to get it down in the zone. Now the 1-0. This one's lifted to Darian Evans. He's coming in on it. Could be a play at the plate. And they're tagging him home. Good throw from Evans. It's online. It's there. And he is out at home.
Bam!
What a play by Darian Evans. An unconventional double play. Solano gets out of the jam, and we're heading to the bottom of the first. Bottom of the first now, still scoreless at 0. Solano getting their first licks of the ball game. It's going to be Rubicaba, Dotson, and Siegel, the 1-2-3 hitters, facing Steve Baker. Baker comes in with a 6-1 record with a 3.25 ERA and 52 2/3 innings pitched. With 44 strikeouts, averages about 7.5 strikeouts per game and only 28 walks on the year. And he has not allowed a home run all year, so Baker really in that 2 slot of their rotation. We thought we would see Crit Ruckin today, but they're going with the number 2 guy, Steve Baker, and he's having himself a nice year for the Marin Mariners.
Opposing batters hitting just .249 against Mr. Baker. I like, too, how you have Baker on the mound and Champagne behind the plate.
Yeah, Sterling Champagne actually pinch ran in that game against Solano here when the Marin took in the extra innings.
Leading off.
So Rubalcaba, the designated hitter today, not out at short.
Yeah, Rubalcaba comes in batting a .394 in the year. First pitch is in there, strike call. Count goes 0-1. Good pitch there by Baker.
Yeah, hit the outside corner there. Nice pitch to get things started.
Yeah, Rubalcaba is really the table setter for the Solano team. Very fast. Curveball in the dirt. Count goes 1-1. That had a lot of breaking motion on it. A lot of bite. Alvaro leads the team in hits with 52 on the year and 132 at-bats.
I hear he's a pretty good base runner, too.
High outside, ball 2. Yeah, he's 23 stolen bases on the year. That's tied for 5th in the whole state of California.
And Dodson right behind him with 22 stolen bases. I can't remember the last time Solano had 2 guys up with over 20 stolen bases.
Yeah, your 1-2 hitters both have combined 45 stolen bases on the year. That pitch is in there. Strike call. Count goes 2-2.
So both strikes by Baker have been called, hitting that outside corner. And Rubalcaba, you saw him there, kind of check back with the home plate umpire, getting a feel for the strike zone.
Goes a little further outside, trying to get in the chase. Now the count is full. So great job by the leadoff hitter here by working a full count, seeing 5 pitches, and that's what you want to see from your leadoff hitter so he can go back into the dugout after if he gets on base or after the outcome. And he hits this one right to Villafana. Villafana picks it up, throws it over to first for out number 1.
And while that looked pretty routine, that took a nice little hop when it hit the dirt. Good job by Villafana staying with that and throwing him out.
Joey Dotson.
Yeah, Rubalcaba, you know, it was that outside pitch. He went with it, didn't get all of it, but did an excellent job going with the pitch and had a great at-bat there. Now it brings up Joey Dotson. Dotson batting to .281 on the year. First pitch of Dotson is called a strike at the knees. Count goes to 0-1.
So Baker really working the strike zone, both sides of the plate there, showing good command right off the bat.
That's low in the dirt, 1-1. Yeah, he's got a little zip on his fastball today, too. You know, painting that outside corner, low at the knees. It's always a tough pitch to hit. But Dotson, we know he can spray the ball all the way around the field. A very smart hitter. .368 on base percentage. And that is called a strike. Count goes to 1-2.
So Baker, boy, he's dialed in right off the bat here in the bottom of the first.
So now the 1-2. Hits this one. Oh, and it's fielded by Baker. Flips it over to first for out number 2.
Boy, great reaction by Baker there. Saw that ball, and it was hit fairly hard. Took a hop right in front of him, stuck his glove out. Look what I got. And easily beats the speedy Dodson to first. So quickly 2 up, 2 down.
Yeah, that's what you call PFP, pitcher's fielding practice. First thing you do when you come into camp, and executed that well. Now it's going to bring up Bo Siegel, or Grandpa, as they call him in the Solano dugout. The oldest player on the Falcons team. Sophomore at Rodriguez High School. First pitch, right down the heart of the plate. Count goes 0-1. So Baker, three hitters, 3 fastballs to start. Gets ahead of the hitters. So if I'm in the dugout, you really got to take notice of that. Inside, 1-1.
No surprise, these 2 teams going at it, and right at the top of the Bay Valley Conference since 2006. Only one other time has...
And that's low, 2-1.
Only one other time since 2006 has a team other than Marin or Solano won the Bay Valley Conference. That was 2012. Laney won the Bay Valley Conference, but since 2006, it's either been Solano or Marin.
Yeah, speaking of that Laney team, they're down in the 8th slot of the Bay Valley Conference. Bo hits this one, and that is going to be a base hit for Bo as it goes through the 5.5 hole outside the outstretched glove of Matt Tarantino. It's a good piece of hitting by Bo. I mean, we see him pull the ball. He finally hit one the opposite way.
Now batting.
Yeah, just went with the pitch and able to get it through between the shortstop Tarantino and Schultz, the third baseman. Solid hit. Let's see what the Falcons can do with this 2-out single here. No score, bottom of the first, and prime time coming up.
Garland Webster up at the plate now. Ball in the dirt, count goes to 1-0. Now, what I was going to allude to about Laney actually beat Solano, snapping their 7-game win streak on April 14th. They lost 9-6, so Solano comes in with a streak of losing 1 game, so they're looking to right the ship here today.
They had a 6-game winning streak going before they lost their first conference game. That was to Marin. That was back on the 17th of March, and that was a thrilling 2-1 victory for Marin, extra innings.
It's now the 1-0. Oh, and that pitch was high, foul, back count goes to 1-1, and Webster's eyes got about a mile wide there as he saw the high fastball coming in.
Boy, those are so tough to hit, but I'll tell you what, Nelson Cruz
Yeah.
for the Mariners, he got a high hard one yesterday, put it over the fence, playing against the Dodgers. But usually those high fastballs hard to get around on. Ooh.
And that's a good pitch on the outside corner, 1-2. You know, Baker's living on that outside zone, so have to take notice of that.
He's been impressive this first inning.
Seems like he has really good control of his fastball today. Good curveball. Good battle by Webster. Just keeps his hands back and flicks off the hard pitch. Fouls it off.
Yeah, I like this freshman out of Armio. Real gamer. And he's had some big hits already his freshman year.
Yeah, has a grand slam in his first year here at Solano. And that's low and outside, ball 2. So good take there by Webster.
Yeah, good eye by the freshman.
You know, Webster, another one of those hitters that can hit all over the field. And if that outside fastball comes, he's got a huge hole between first and second as the first baseman, DeMartini's holding Siegel over there at first. Good eye, full count. So what a battle right here by Webster, working the count full, 2 outs.
Yeah, and Baker, he's been on his game here in the first inning, but I like the way that the Solano hitters are hanging in there. They're battling. They're at least pushing him. That's the second time that a batter has got to a full count.
So Siegel's going to be taking off here with full count, 2 outs. And Webster hits this one right to Tarantino. Throws it over to first, and that is out number 3. So Solano gets 1 hit and strands 1 runner, tied at 0, heading to the top of the second.
My name is Dustin LeBee, and I'm a sophomore pitcher. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Top of the second inning now. The 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up for the Mariners. Going to be Chris Heyman leading off. Heyman comes in batting a .380 with a .441 on-base percentage. The .380 average leading his team.
Yeah, that middle of the lineup for the Marin Mariners is really solid, especially, I mean, you just start off with Tarantino, Morgan, DeMartini, Schultz, Heyman, all hitting over 300.
Yeah, you can really see why these two teams are ranked 7 and 8 in Northern California. I mean, they've been climbing the rankings ever since day one. Both teams started unranked in the season. First pitch called a strike. Good pitch there by Labitte. Count goes 0-1. First time he's been ahead of a hitter in this ball game. Now the 0-1. Good curveball. Oh, just misses outside. 1-1.
It looked right about where Baker was depositing that fastball and getting the call in the first. Labitte not as fortunate.
This one's ripped, and that is a fair ball down the line. And Heyman's going to be on his horse. He's going to 2, and it rolls into the corner. Pawlowski picks it up, gets it in quickly. So that's a leadoff double from Chris Heyman.
Boy, he just went with that pitch and just scorched it right down the third baseline. No chance for Webster. Very impressed with Pawlowski getting over there. Had to actually dig that out from under the batting cage, and pretty good job digging it out and getting it back in.
Yeah, Heyman with pretty good wheels over there, where it rolled into the corner. I was thinking he might go to third.
I was thinking the same thing.
After that throw by Darian Evans in the first inning, maybe they're keying in that this outfield has a really strong arms, as I alluded to in the first inning. Now it brings up Dominic DeVille, the DH. DeVille batting at .289 on the year.
DeVille, the big boy for the Mariners. He's got 3 home runs on the season.
Curveball. Good curveball in there, strike called. I mean, that thing just fell off the table.
Yeah, just started that towards the batter a little bit more, came inside, broke perfectly over the plate. Nice pitch by Labitte, and he's going to need a couple more.
So ahead of the hitter once again, 0-1. 2 looks a second, he kicks, fires. Another curveball, and that one's hit right in the 5.5 hole. Pawlowski coming up with it, gets it in quickly. So that's a base knock for Dominic DeVille. First and third, no outs.
So just like in the first inning, the first 2 batters aboard for Marin.
So now it's going to bring up Jameis Potts, Jamie as they call him. Potts comes in batting at .287 on the year. .345 during conference play, so he's really stepped his game up when the conference play came to start.
Yeah, you see that with a lot of guys, and especially Marin like Solano. They play a pretty tough non-conference schedule.
And that pitch is outside, ball 1. He has 21 RBIs. That's tied for second on the team, so one of their main contributors here in the 6 hole, and he has a chance to knock one in right now. Marin would love to take a quick early lead here in the top of the second inning. So Labitte gets his sign, comes set, kicks, fires. That pitch low, count 2-0.
Fans didn't like that call, but that did look a little bit low, and there you can see from our center field camera, really good view of the pitches as they come in.
That pitch called a strike, count goes 2-0, right down the heart of the plate, right at the knee, so good pitch by Labitte. Especially in 2-0 count, you expect him to swing, that's definitely hitter's count. You look for one pitch, obviously that wasn't Potts' pitch right there. But now 2-1, expect him to be a little more aggressive here.
Wind really blowing in towards home plate now.
Oh, and this one's lifted into right field. Evans going back. Evans at the track. Oh, he cannot make the grab. It falls. And that ball comes in, and a run comes in to score. So it's 1-0 Marin.
Boy, an errant throw into second. Webster, good job going over and cutting that off, or you've got runners at maybe second and third. And I think the wind really wreaked havoc with Evans. You could see that he was kind of moving his feet around, got a little tangled up, and I think that's why he ended up dropping that ball.
Yeah, Evans very sure-handed out in right field. Like you said, the wind must have played a factor in there. It looked like he had a beat on it, and he kind of had to turn his body at the last second, and that would be in the scorebook as an E9.
Well, that ball was hit really hard, but the wind's blowing in from right center kind of knocked that down, and it veered towards center field at the last minute. So that was a tough play by Evans. Tough chance, I should say.
Yeah, now Ian Acosta coming out to talk to his pitchers. No outs here. 1 run already in, first and second. Marin, the prime opportunity right here to try to break this game open a little bit and get a couple runs in now. I mean, Labitte's best friend right here could be a ground ball double play. But like we said, new look infield here with Joey Dawson playing short, Connor Dick over at second base.
Well, the Beats already given up 3 hits and a walk here. We're just in the second.
Jeff Villafana, the second baseman, up at the plate. 247 on the year. Swing and a miss, strike one. Good pitch there by LaBeat. Blew the fastball by him.
Villafana, as you said, only hitting 247. Sterling Champagne hitting just a $189 on deck. So opportunity for the Falcons here, bottom of the order, to try to limit the damage.
Now he's squaring around the bunt. Pulls it back, and that is striker on the outside corner, 0-2. So great job by LaBeat.
Yeah, excellent job just keeping his focus and concentration. Really took his time there. Dialed in, makes the pitch, gets the call that he needs.
So now it's 0-2, way out ahead. This is definitely a strikeout situation. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is a crucial strikeout right there for LaBeat. 3 pitches, 3 strikes.
And I like that pitch by LaBeat. It worked on the previous pitch. I'll throw it again, see what happens. Gets his first strikeout of the game. And so 1 out here, and now coming up to the plate, Sterling Champagne.
At a 189 on the year, but in conference play.
I wonder if he has a sister by the name of Cristal. My other brother, Dom.
So LaBeat comes set. Outside, ball 1. So 3 straight strikes, and comes back, throws a ball here. I mean, what I was going to say was Sterling Champagne batting a 288 during conference play, so step with a 345 on base percentage, so he sees a lot of pitches. He does have 12 strikeouts on the year and 74 at-bats. Looking to square it around. He pulls it back, and that's a ball in the dirt, 2-0.
Good job by Acosta, keeping that ball in front of him, digging it out of the dirt there.
Yeah, you really want to get this guy at the top of the order coming up.
Exactly.
Tarantino on deck, already 1 for 1 today. It's not 2-0. And this one's popped up right behind us. Going to go out of play, 2-1. Yeah, pop up to the infield would definitely be a positive here also.
Yeah, strikeout, pop up, ground ball to one of the infielders.
Ground ball definitely ideal here. With a 2-1 count. Dotson being very active over there at shortstop, you know, keeping the runner close at second. And that ball is low, 3-1.
Well, we saw what happened on the previous hitter with Villafana when LaBeat was ahead in the count. Now he falls behind again, and that's kind of been his problem thus far in this game, falling behind hitters.
And that is ball 4.
So you walk the 189, number 9 hitter, and for your reward, you get to face Mr. Tarantino, the leader on the team with runs batted in.
So if you're Marin, this is the exact guy you want up in this situation. Already has 1 hit today and almost scored a run in the first inning, but Darian Evans' arm too strong and hosed him out at home plate.
Big opportunity for Marin to really bust this game open and get a significant lead. And I really think whoever starts off and gets a lead, it's going to be tough for the other team, especially for Solano at times where they have trouble scoring runs.
Curveball outside, ball 1. So LaBeat's now thrown from the windup here with bases loaded. Over at third base is Dominic DeVille. Not the best speed over at third, so you can go from the windup here. If you got a speedy guy, you really want to go from the stretch to keep him close. Ball in the dirt. Good block by Acosta, 2-0. So there's going to be a time call. They're going to go out and talk to the young man right now, calm him down a bit, as that's 4 straight balls he has thrown. And this is a crucial time of the ball game. I mean, both games very close, 2-1. The first game, 5-3 to second game. And runs are hard to come by with these two teams with great pitching staffs.
Well, especially the last game that was here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. It wasn't until the bottom of the 8th that Solano was able to scratch a run on the board, and that's exactly what they did. Rubalcaba got on board, was sacrificed to second by Dodson, and then scored on a hit, stole third, and then scored on a big hit by Josh Lenny. And Lenny not even here at the game. Went to the hospital last night, 104 temperature. So Josh Lenny not here, out of the lineup, the typical starter at second base. And boy, he's been really good with the bat for Solano.
Yeah, he's their RBI leader with 24, and that's a huge blow for Solano. So
you take him out of the lineup, even harder to score runs. So this an all-important inning. Solano really wants to try to minimize the damage here. They're going to need a couple outs to do that.
Swing foul, count goes 2-1. I was just about to say he's a free swinger on 2-0, so I was expecting that. Now 2-1, he'll be a little more composed here, looking for a pitch he can actually drive.
And that's probably what pitching coach Brian Hooley mentioned when he went out and had a chat with Labitte.
And this one's popped up into right field. Evans coming in. Evans is under it. He makes the grab, no tag, and just flips it in for out number 2, and that's a huge out number 2 right there.
Yeah, even if Evans hadn't made that play in the previous inning, I don't think DeVille is coming home.
Now 2 outs, bases loaded, bringing up Sam Morgan. He walked in his first at-bat. Like we said, I mean, Sam Morgan coming in batting .370. He's no slouch at the plate himself, so but he leads the team in strikeouts. And if Solano can get this out right here, it'd be a huge victory. Fouls this one back, 0-1.
Yeah, because they dodged a bullet, obviously, in the first inning on that big double play. Evans with the catch and then threw out the runner at the plate. And if they can hold or limit the damage to just 1 run here in the second, that would be huge for the Falcons.
So Labitte taking his time.
He really is taking his time out there. And then we'll see Nathan Jeunesse tomorrow. Solano, no rest. They're at it at home again against Los Medanos. Jeunesse, just the opposite. He really works quickly.
Oh, good pitch, just low. Count goes to 1-1. And, man, the Solano crowd here is not appreciating that call.
Yeah, there you even saw a little emotional display by Labitte. Thought he had that pitch. There you get a good look at Dustin. Played his high school ball overseas in Germany. Dad was in the military.
Oh, and this one's poked out in the left center field. Pavelski is under it, makes the grab for out number 3. So Marin, Strand 3, score 1. They lead 1-0 into the bottom of the second. So Solano escapes the jam in the top of the second. Now here in the bottom of the second, the 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up. Darian Evans to lead it off. And Darian comes in batting even .300 on the year with a .397 on base percentage. tied for the lead in home runs and leads the team in triples with 3.
Now up for your Solano Falcons.
And with the way Baker's been going, he's been, first pitch fastball most time on the outside. And Darian Evans loves first pitch fastball, so this could be a matchup to watch most of this game. And there it was. Blew it by him. Just missed it. Count goes 0-1.
You called that one. He was sitting on that fastball, just couldn't quite catch up to it.
Yeah, a little more up in the zone. You've seen Baker really throw it down, so knowing the aggressiveness of Evans in the scouting report. Curveball, he hits this one. Right to Schultz. Schultz throws it over to first, and that is out number 1.
Boy, Schultz made that look easy.
Yeah.
That was a hard hit ball, stayed down on it, fields it cleanly, long throw, plenty of time to retire Evans.
Now it's going to bring up the big boy, Jacob Pawlowski, the left fielder. Hasn't seen much playing time this year, but he's been a lot of pinch hitting, coming up with big hits for Solano most of this year. Now getting the start today in left field, batting at .276 on the year. Oh, he pops this one straight up in foul territory. Could be trouble. The wind swirling around, and it goes out of play. So the wind helped Pawlowski out there.
Yeah, wind just carried that back out of play. I think Champagne thought he was going to have a play on the ball, but that ball just kept carrying.
So now it's 0-1. Pawlowski smartly aggressive with Baker throwing every batter so far first pitch fastball.
Yeah, Pawlowski, very aggressive hitter.
Good layoff there. Count goes to 1-1. Curveball with a hard bite.
With Pawlowski a lot, it's feast or famine. He does lead the team in strikeouts with 17, but if he can get a hold of one. Big kid.
Oh, and he lifts this one out into right field. Morgan going over, coming in. Morgan going into foul territory. Makes the grab for out number 2.
Good job by Morgan staying with that. He was lined up inside the foul territory line, but kept drifting as the wind pushed it. Nice job by Morgan. And also he's fighting the sun as well.
So now Ian Acosta coming up to the plate, the catcher. We've seen him make a couple big plays and big hits this year for the Falcons. Have himself a nice sophomore campaign.
Yeah, he's got himself 2 home runs on the season. And he's been money behind the plate, too. Ian Acosta, sophomore out of Vacaville High School.
So let's see if Acosta can spark a 2-out rally here with Connor Dick on deck. Baker up there ready to go. Acosta now ready. First pitch outside, ball 1. Once again, another fastball.
Marin Mariners in their all-gray unis with the yellow and black trim. Kind of looks like the Pittsburgh Pirates out there, taking on the Kansas City Royals.
And that's a fastball right down the heart of the plate, 1-1.
Yeah, no doubt about that one.
Right, just a little bit above the belt.
There you get a good look at Baker, the tall, lanky, right-handed pitcher.
Oh, good pitch there, 1-2.
And Baker, he's just done a good job working both sides of the plate, getting both corners.
Yeah, it seems he's relied a lot on his fastball. Curveball really hasn't been there. And there's the curveball. Cannot get to come back in time. 2-2. It fell right into the catcher's glove, but went around the plate, so a good call by the umpire there. So smartly laying off was Acosta. Now in a 2-2, I expect him to come back with maybe a low outside fastball. And that he does, and he pokes this one out in the center field. Heyman coming in. Heyman makes the grab for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down, heading to the top of the 3rd.
Hello, my name is Darian Evans. I'm a sophomore outfielder. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Good. Thank you.
So top of the third inning now. Marin still leads 1-0. And, man, Solano having a hard time at the plate, making good contact with the ball. Really haven't been able to break through yet. But Marin, every time they come up, it seems like they're knocking on the door to just keep adding on runs. And Solano's defense doing a good job working out of the jam, especially Dustin LeBeat.
Yeah, LeBeat very fortunate to only be down 1-0. Let's see if he can get dialed in a little bit. And as we talked about earlier in the broadcast, LeBeat sometimes struggles early on, but once he gets dialed in, he is good to go. Let's see if he can get things going here in the top of the third inning.
First pitch is called, a ball up to Stephen DiMartini. He flew out to Darian Evans, which started that unconventional double play, or catch it and throw him out at home. Foul right back at us, and hey, no flinch. I think we're getting good at this now.
Well, I knew it was over my head.
So they count 1-1. Kept your eye on it. Yeah, it'd be crucial here for LeBeat to get a quick inning. And this one's hit. Oh, right outside the glove of Bo Siegel, and DiMartini has his first hit of the ball game.
Yeah, I thought that was a clean single, but Siegel got over there. Ball just barely got over the top of his mitt. Would have been a sensational play.
Yeah,
but once again, leadoff runner aboard for the Mariners.
Yeah, they have not been able to retire that leadoff hitter. Now with Ryan Schultz up at the plate. Flew out to the right fielder. I'm sorry, Schultz is the one that started that double play. So 2 outs to right field in that first inning. So Schultz 0 for 1.
Yeah, Evans has been busy in right field. 3 balls hit to him already in this game. We're just in the third.
This one's foul back. Count goes 0-1. LeBeat's starting to dial it in a little more. It seems like he's more comfortable on the mound now, really getting that first pitch strike, and that's always crucial to any pitcher.
Could really hear that wind starting to howl now.
Good curveball, and this one's lifted out into center field. Nesikevich going over. He makes the grab for out number 1.
Good job by Nesikevich, just staying with it. Ball tailing towards right field. Excellent job by the freshman at Del Campo High School out in center field, making it look easy.
Oh, that's right. Now it brings up Chris Heyman, 1 for 1 with a double and a scored run, and he smoked that double right down the third base line. I thought it might have been a triple, but Pavlowski getting to the ball quickly did an excellent job. So let's see if LeBeat can get a ground ball here and see what this new look middle of the infield can do with the ground ball. Ball in the dirt. Good block by Acosta. Count goes to 1-0.
Yeah, we really haven't seen Dodson or Connor Dick tested over at second base. Of course, Dodson at shortstop.
DiMartini does have 1 stolen base on the year. It's been also caught once, so this team not really known for stealing a lot of bases. Only 29 stolen bases on the year, where Solano was 66 on the year. That ball in the dirt. Another great block by Acosta. Moved his whole body over there. You know, for all those young viewers out there that play the catching position, watch Ian Acosta. A lot of times you see catchers trying to backhand that, which will go back to the backstop. But he reads the ball so well, he gets his whole body and really uses his body squared, the catcher's triangle, as I call it, to really knock the ball down in front of him.
Yeah, and the thing about Acosta, he's not your prototypical big, bulky catcher, but he's very nimble on his feet.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw excellent footwork there, sliding, getting in front of the ball.
And that ball is low, so 3-0. Way behind Heyman now, and you know, LeBeat has to come back with a strike here. You cannot afford to walk another batter here, put first and second, with Dominic DeVille coming up next.
And Stover knows that. He's already got some folks up in the bullpen. Looks like Austin Abernathy and David Hostler. Just throwing.
Yeah. That ball is in the dirt, so a 4-pitch walk to Chris Heyman.
Yeah, LeBeat just kind of out of sorts now. I think he's really struggling with his release point.
So Dotson's going to come in here and just calm down a little bit and maybe talk about the looks to second base and seeing what he realized. Now, with Dominic DeVille, not the best speed out on the bases, so this is the guy you would want to hit a ball on the ground and have a little more time. We know Heyman has plenty of speed, so he would be hard to get a double play ball. First pitch called a ball. Count goes 1-0.
So the beat not getting any help from the home plate umpire.
Yeah, a lot of those, Baker getting a lot of those calls. Unfortunately, the beat not getting the same treatment. And that ball is low, 2-0, so 6 straight balls now from Dustin LeBeat. And he's got to dig deep right here. He cannot afford to walk another batter. And there's only so many times you can get out of jams like this, you know. You just got to keep playing.
Yeah, and this is a big test for the sophomore LeBeat. Second year, just got to keep your composure, keep your focus, and stick to your fundamentals.
Strike call. There we go. Count goes 2-1.
And that could have been called a ball too, so gets a little help there from the home plate umpire. He'll take it.
Yeah, you know, Baker's been around the strike zone all day long, so when you're just throwing peas in there, you'll get a lot more strike calls. LeBeat, you know, kind of all over the place, sporadic, and you really got to establish the zone early. Swing and a miss, strike 2, so good battle here by LeBeat. 2-0 to 2-2 now with 1 out.
Well, I think LeBeat heard you, and you said, look, just got to bear down, suck it up, focus, and, boy, that's what he did on those last 2 pitches. Evens the count at 2-2.
Yeah, you know, all 4 pitches have been fastballs. I wouldn't be surprised to see him drop that curveball in there.
Jamie Potts, the left fielder, on deck for the Mariners.
He held his swing up, and that is ball 3. That curveball just couldn't come down in time, kept sliding away.
Good eye by DeVille that time. That looked like that was going to come right over the plate, and he saw it tail away and able to control his wrist, hold the bat back, and gets the call.
Yeah, it wasn't even nowhere close, so excellent job. You never want to leave it up to the umpire. So now full count, first and second. He pops this one up in foul territory. If it stays in, it's playable. Bo Siegel going to the fence and just makes it over that fence, so we'll set it up and do it again, 3-2.
Yeah, just no chance there with the wind. Ball kept tailing out of play. So DeVille stays alive. Little assist from the wind on that one. Let's see what he can do.
So 3-2.
Big pitch right here.
Oh, this one's hit deep out in the left center field. That's carrying. Oh, Neskevich almost comes up with it. 1 run is in. 2 runs are going to come in to score, so 3-0. Marin Mariners, Dominic DeVille with a huge 1-out double.
Yeah, and if the wind wasn't blowing in so hard, might have been a grand slam. You know, I was really impressed with the way Neskevich got back on that ball. He got back quickly, almost had a chance to make a play. That would have been huge, but instead, that's a big hit for DeVille. And now Marin, they have a 3 spot on the board, up 3-0 early in this all-important game over the Solano Falcons.
Yeah, there's only so many times you can get out of the jams like that. First 2 innings, got out of the jam. You know, the double play in the first and in the second, a couple pop flies. And it's only a matter of time until Marin knocked over the door, and that they did right there. Now bringing up Jamie Potts. He reached on an error in his first at-bat, so 0 for 1 today.
And so the last 2 games, it's been the starting pitching that has let down the Falcons just a bit. They had that loss to Laney, 9-6. They're the throwing over to third.
Oh, and they were appealing to third base, saying the second runner did not touch third, and umpires saying no.
So only 1 out. Solano down by 3 runs here, top of the third. And LeBeat, he's got some work to do. We'll see as Coach Stover is now heading out to the mound. We'll see if they go for the pitching change, and I think they are. And it might be David Hostler coming in. Still have to wait to see. I saw Hostler in the bullpen take a couple steps.
So Stover hasn't signaled over yet. Probably just going out to talk to the beat. You know, with this guy, James Potts, he got him out the first out, or should have had the first out, but it was an error out in right field. Tough play by Darian Evans. And, you know, with this game 3-0 right now, an all-important game, you know, battle for first place, you cannot allow this game to slip away early. With the way Baker's throwing today, runs are going to be tough to come by.
Yeah, and just Labite has not been able to keep the ball in the infield.
Well, he's falling behind hitters. You know, he's getting that first pitch strike, and then he's coming back, and he just keeps falling behind. And not a whole lot of 0-2 counts. And, you know, he's only has 1 strikeout on the day.
And he's been solid for the Falcons. I mean, 2.34 ERA coming in, 4-0 record on the season. He has not lost yet.
And now they're going to go to the bullpen as Labite's day is done. He went 2 1/3 of an inning.
And I think that is David Hostler coming in, and he's been solid this year. So there you get a look at Hostler, the freshman out of Armio. He has 1 win on the season, no losses, 2.63 ERA.
Yeah,
Hostler not very big, but he throws pretty hard, has good velocity.
Yeah, now it's going to come down to the bullpen now for Solano to keep him in this ballgame. So let's start right here with Hostler. Let's see if we can get 2 quick outs with the runner on second, stop the bleeding. And you know, Dustin Labite, he allowed 3 runs so far in this game. You know, the 4th one is sitting out there if Marin can come in, get that runner in. Final stat line for Labite, 2 1/3, 3 walks, 1 strikeout, 5 hits. And he's still on the hook for that runner out there. So let's see if Hostler can come in and shut the door.
And Hostler just a little over 13 innings pitched on the season, so hasn't been in a lot, but when he has been in, he's been real effective.
And it's going to be crucial for just to get ahead of these Marin hitters. I mean, Labite struggled by getting that first pitch strike, and then when he did, he'd come back, try to get that quick second pitch strike with the fastball. Marin wasn't waiting around. They saw 1 good pitch. They see another one. They're a good hitting team, batting .313 as a team with a .379 on base percentage. This team can bang the ball around, and that's the reason why they're ranked number 8 in Northern California. And with that, riding the 2-game win streak, 8-2 in their last 10 games.
And, you know, when Solano goes to their bullpen, that's not the worst thing that can happen. I mean, they have some excellent arms. If Hostler can come in and give them a couple innings. And then also, too, you got Adam Coates, who's ready to go. He did not pitch on Tuesday against Laney, so they've got some arms ready to go, but they're going to have to really hold the tide here. They're going to have to really keep this game in hand and try to limit Marin to the 3 runs they've already scored for the Falcons to have a chance in this game, especially with Lenny out of the lineup today.
So James Potts, as we said, is 0 for 1 today, reached on an error. So let's see if Hostler can come in and shut the door now. Runner on second base, 1 out. Top of the 3rd inning, Marin leads 3-0. First pitch from Hostler, called, strike, count goes to 0-1. Good pitch there. That's what you want to see from your relief pitcher coming out of the bullpen. Oh, and it does not get called. The strike count goes to 1-1. I'm sorry, it looks like we have a pinch hitter in here.
Yeah, that's number 18.
Tyler Torres. So interesting move from head coach Steve Behringer. Probably going for the lefty-righty matchup, knowing that they need every run they can get here in the early going. Good curveball right at Siegel, and it goes by Siegel. So another run's going to come in to score. And did he touch home plate, Poff?
It didn't look like it.
He looked like he hopped over it.
Yeah, I don't know if Acosta saw that or Hostler or even Coach Stover, but yeah, I'm in agreement with you. It looked like he stepped right over the bag. Well, we talked about this at the start of the broadcast. The key to this game really was going to come down to execution, and we've seen with Solano some trouble executing on the mound there that time. That was a hard hit ball, but that's a play that Siegel needs to make.
Yeah, you really got to body up on that. He kind of let that go by him. Maybe took a little weird hop, but yeah, you just got to knock the ball down, at least save a run. So now runner on first, 1 out. 3 runs already in this inning. Back pick. Oh, almost got him over at first base. That pitch was called a ball, 1-0.
And that's Tyler Torres over there at first. We'll see if he comes in and plays left field. Or excuse me, second base. He came in for Villafina.
No, he came in for Potts.
There you go.
Yep. Curveball, high chopper, going to be a tough play.
No luck
Gets
there.
by Lenny. I'm sorry, gets by Dotson. I'm marking that down as a hit. That was a tough hit.
Yeah, that was just a tough play. And even if he fields it cleanly, that ball bounced so high in the air, I don't know if he's going to be able to make a play. Yeah. So, ball bouncing in the direction of Marin thus far in this game.
Yeah, momentum all on Marin's side now. 1 out, first and second. You got Sterling Champagne up. He walked in his first at-bat, and the ball isn't bouncing the Solano's way right now. And you hear a lot of chatter coming from Marin's side. They're really pumped up, and they should be up 4-0 in this game so far. First pitch, called a strike at the knees, 0-1. Solano's going to really have to, get a little more life out there. Playing a little flat today.
Well, you're missing Rubacaba at short and Lenny, and Rubacaba especially. He's a big leader on this team.
So now the 0-1. Good curveball. Called a strike. Count goes to 0-2. So Hosser coming in. He's dialed in out there. He's throwing good pitches. Getting ahead of hitters.
Yeah, every time he's come in this year, I mean, this is what you get with Hostler. He just comes in, and he's a little guy, but he just throws hard. He's gutsy, and he's going to get after it out there on the hill. He is not afraid.
Outside. Ball 1-2. And a little confusion there. Dotson was standing on second base as the pitch was coming in. Left a huge hole over there. He's being very active there. Maybe a little miscommunication between him and Hostler, trying to look for that back pick as Torres over at second base. He's not even stepping back when Dotson's going over, so using a lot of head motions. Good curveball. Oh, and does not get the call. 2-2.
Just watching Coach Stover over on the sideline. Let's just say he wasn't happy with that call.
So 2-2 the count. 1 out, first and second. 3 runs already in this inning. And now they check the runner back, and Torres gets back safely. The slow wraparound.
So a lot of communication going on between Dodson, the freshman, and Hostler, the freshman.
So now a 2-2. Curveball in the dirt. Costa, pumps it. Lets him go back to second base. I mean, he was trapped. Torres looked like he was going to go, but Costa just a wall behind the plate. Smartly doesn't throw it back to second base. An overthrow that gives up an extra 90 feet, maybe a run.
And you had both Dodson and Connor Dick converging at the bag. So I agree. Good decision by Acosta just to hold that.
So full count. Strike 3, call, caught him looking. And Champagne was about 4 steps down the first base line. And when you do that, umpire's going to ring up every time.
You know, I think if he stays in the batter's box, he might be on first base. When he started that full sprint, starting Mr. Champagne, go in the dugout, sit in some ice.
So that's a huge strikeout right there with Matthew Tarantino coming up.
So big-time strikeout there by Hostler.
Tarantino 1 for 2 today. Had a single back in the first inning. Flew out to the right fielder in the second at-bat. Curveball outside, 1-0.
So a little bit more work for Hostler to do here in the inning. Want to keep this at least at 4. Falcons can fight back from that, but you get a couple more runs on the board. It's going to be tough against this tough Marin pitching staff.
Yeah, it's only the third inning. I mean, a lot of ball games still left to play. Anything can happen. Good pitch low, 2-0. So back-to-back curveballs, cannot find the zone. So expect to see a fastball here. And Tarantino, like I said, he's on the 2-0 pitch. He's pretty much a free swinger. If he sees a fastball, he might turn on one here. Does have one home run on the year. The RBI leader of this Marin Mariner team.
Yeah, this kid can rake. This is going to be a tough out here for Hostler and the Falcons.
And the dirt blocked by Acosta. Great block. I mean, nothing's getting by him.
Yeah, good job by Acosta, as you said, to keep that in front. And Hostler, he just overthrew that one.
Mm-hmm. Hostler asking for a new ball. Umpire examining it there. It's all about the feel. Some balls you like better than others.
Is that it?
Yep. Especially when they start getting dinked up, from the hits and everything, getting tore up a little bit.
A little sticky.
Strike call at the knees, 3-1. So now Tarantino, expect him. If it's anywhere near the zone, he's going to be swinging here. Very aggressive hitter. That's why he's batting at .331 on the year. Just a bit outside, ball 4, and that's going to be the bases loaded now for Sam Morgan. 0 for 1 with a walk. So, you really can't afford the walks there. You got to let him put it in play. Trust in your defense.
Yeah, and I could hear head coach Scott Stover tell Hostler, don't try to do too much. You're falling off the mound.
Mm-hmm. And when pitchers start overthinking it, that's when they get in trouble. Just throw the ball. Outside, ball 1. Hey, David Hostler came in just throwing a lot of strikes, did an excellent job. Now, these past two hitters now, just trying to be too fine with his pitches. Now the 1-0. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Low, ball 2. Yeah, he needs to make that adjustment. He keeps throwing it low.
And so Ian Acosta, there you see, going out to talk to the freshman pitcher. And usually when Hostler has come in, he's done a pretty good job staying out of trouble. So this is the first time, at least for a game that we've done here on the Solana College Sports Network, where I've seen Hostler in a bit of a jam. So this is a good experience for this freshman. He's got to figure a way out of it, make the adjustment, get out of the inning. Bases loaded, 2 outs here. And I think this is a real important part of this game. Solano gets out of the inning, keep it at 4-0. Still got a chance. If this inning gets any worse, it's going to be tough for the Falcons.
Strike call at the knees. Great pitch there by Hostler, 2-1. And that's the pitch he needed right there.
Yeah, give him a little confidence. Now, rear back, do it again. Trust your preparation.
Morgan really hasn't done much damage. He's just been looking at the pitches most of the time. Flew out to the left fielder's last at-bat. Strike called on the outside corner, 2-2.
Boy, and there you can see it from our center field camera, just hitting the outside corner. Excellent pitch by Hostler. In fact, 2 excellent pitches by Hostler. Needs 1 more.
So 2-2, 2 outs, bases loaded, payoff pitch. Just a bit low, and it looked like the umpire was going to ring him up.
He was thinking about it, and Morgan kind of was looking back like, please don't call it a strike. Please don't call it a strike.
Now, this inning all comes down to right here. You don't want him to bat around with DeMartini up on deck now. Bases loaded. Runners will be on the move here with 2 outs. Base full count. And he skies this one up in the infield. Who has it? You got to communicate. Garland Webster makes the grab for out number 3, so Solano finally gets out of the inning. But the damage is done. Marin gets 3 runs in. They lead 4-0 heading to the bottom of the 3rd. So bottom of the third now, the damage is done. 4-0 in favor of the Marin. Still a lot of ball game left here at Billy Louise Yarborough Stadium. The 8-9-1 hitters coming up for Solano, leading off Connor Dick. Connor getting the start today at second base for the injured Josh Lenny, who is just out with a bug right now. He's sick at home. Connor Dick batting at .346 on the year. First pitch, called strike. Count goes 0-1. It's going to be interesting to see if Steve Baker can keep being dialed in as he has most of the game with that long top of the third inning. Now the 0-1. And the dirt ball 1. So the old saying goes you have to win every inning, and so far Marin won the top of the second inning, and right now they lead the third inning 3-0, so be crucial for Solano to get one back right here. Swings at the high fastball, fouls it back 1-2. Steve Baker has been doing an excellent job today just getting ahead of hitters and just commanding the strike zone, just pumping strikes in left and right. That's high, ball 2. Connor Dick's only had 26 at-bats this year, 9 hits. Swings at a high fastball, pops this one up in the right field. Morgan coming over. DeMartini out. Morgan makes the grab for out number 1. Tough play for Sam Morgan.
Now batting, center fielder, Alex Nesikevich.
So now it's going to bring you up the center fielder, Alex Nesikevich, his first at-bat of the ballgame. Comes in batting a .254 to .288 on base percentage. Looking around the bunt, he pulls it back. It's ball 1. Nesikevich has a lot of speed. We've seen him have a couple bunt singles this year. With Schultz playing over at third base, creeping in a little bit. DeMartini back at first. That's outside ball 2. And Steve Baker, he's only given up 1 hit in this game, has not walked a batter. So pretty much in control so far. And it's high, ball 3. So Nesikevich 3-0. You know he's going to have the red light here. And Solano needs every base runner they can muster up. So 3 balls, no strikes. Expect Baker to come back here with a fastball. Right on the inside, outside corner, 3-1. Baker does not want to walk the 9-hitter with the leadoff hitter, Alvaro Rubalcaba, coming up next. And that is ball 4 to Alex Nesikevich. And so Solano has something working here in the top of the third with 1 out, runner on first, bringing up Alvaro Rubalcaba.
Now batting,
And they just need a base runner, get things going, start chipping away at this lead.
So Alvaro, he grounded out to the second baseman his first at-bat. Had a good at-bat, you know, saw the full count, and he made decent contact, squared it up, just right on the ground, though, that low fastball. So second time we're going to see Steve Baker from the stretch today. Check over at first, and Nesikevich is back safely. Good move by Baker, so keep an eye on that.
And Solano now just getting to the top of the order for the second time. Marin's already gone through their order twice.
Strike called on the inside corner, 0-1.
We saw a pretty good battle between Rubalcaba and Baker to start the inning off for Solano in the bottom of the first. Rubalcaba ended up, as you mentioned, grounding out to the second baseman.
Check back at first, getting closer every time. And it seems like Nesikevich, when he dives back, he's kind of going to the ground, then sliding instead of just trying to dive back into the bag. A little bit of a slower motion, but he knows what he's doing. He has 6 stolen bases on the year, plenty of speed.
And pretty tall kid, too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this one's shot down the line, foul.
Hey. Rubalcava's going, boy, I would have liked to have that one down the line, kind of shakes his head.
Oh, yeah, that one down the line, that definitely scores Nesikevich, and Rubalcava's probably standing on third base. You know, this team, Solano does like late inning heroics, so we've seen them come back in games after the 6th inning a couple times through the lineup. So,
well, I'm still pretty confident with my streak, Stosh. Coming in 7-0 when I'm doing a broadcast. Last loss for me doing a game, 2013.
swing and a miss, strike 3.
Rubalcava didn't help my effort there.
Oh, and they're saying that it hit the ground. Oh, and they do call him out. It seemed to me maybe he got a piece of it or hit the ground, but
yeah.
And the home crowd is not liking this officiating crew today.
Joey Dotson.
So now with 2 outs, Joey Dotson up at the plate, grounded out to the pitcher in his first at bat. And Solano just needs to get a hit right now. They've only had 1 hit, and it came from Bo Siegel back in the 1st inning, and that seems like decades ago is the way this game's been going. In the dirt, good block there by Sterling Champagne.
And I was going to say, well, we have to give credit to Baker. He's just been outstanding, but that time just looked like he tried to overthrow the pitch and bounced it in the dirt in front of Sterling.
Yeah. You know, his head.
He was even kind of tapping his chest like, my bad. And I wanted to go, who else? I mean, you're the only one throwing, right?
Ball in the dirt, scoots away. Nesikevich is going to go, and he is going to be at second base, so 2-0, runner on second.
Nesikevich took his time deciding whether to go or not, but once he gets going with that speed, Champagne even knew it, no chance to get the speedy Nesikevich there.
Yeah, that ball got by him. It had just enough speed where it kept going away from Champagne, not fast to come back and bounce off the backstop, but kept trickling away and gave Alex enough time to realize it and get to second base. So now, 2 outs, runner on second. First time Solano's had somebody in scoring position all game. Outside, ball 3-0.
Dotson has 18 runs batted in on the season. So an opportunity to get number 19 right here. Boy, the Falcons sure could use that.
Yeah, they definitely need to get one back at least. You know, it's still, a 4-run ball game, which isn't bad. That could all be changed by one swing of the bat. But, you like to make it 3 and try to take the lead. Strike on the inside corner, 3-1. So if I'm Dotson here, seems like Baker's lost a little bit of his command here in the bottom of the 3rd. Maybe take one more pitch and go to a full count, or take the walk. And that is ball 4. So great eye by Joey Dotson, and now it's going to bring up Bo Siegel, who has a lone hit for Solano. First and second, 2 outs, and man, Bo finds a gap here, and Solano can get one in.
Yeah, the Falcons just trying to scratch and got a couple walks. They have good speed on the base pass and now getting to the heart of their lineup. This is an opportunity for them to maybe scratch out a run or 2.
Yeah, Bo did a nice job hitting an outside fastball to the left side of the infield, and it squeaked through in the 1st inning. First pitch in there, strike call. Count goes 0-1.
Nice pitch by Baker there. Hits the outside corner against the left-handed hitting Siegel.
So the wind changing directions once again. Now it's blowing left to right, and that could play in favor of Bo. The left-handed hitter likes to pull the ball. Curveball in there, strike call, and that's probably the best curveball we've seen from Baker all day long.
Yeah, that was beautiful, and you could see that ball breaking from our center field camera perfectly over the plate. Excellent pitch by Baker. So 2 excellent pitches back-to-back. Siegel quickly down in the count, 0-2.
Now I expect to see that same curveball probably lower, try to get him to chase. So now the 0-2. Outside, it gets by Champagne, and everybody's going to advance. So second and third, 2 outs.
So that works out perfectly for the Falcons. Now you move both runners into scoring position. One swing of the bat could get you 2 on the board.
Yeah, even a little bloop single with the speed of Dotson out there on second base. And Nesikevich, no slouch himself. So now it's 1-2 to Bo Siegel.
And even on a ground ball with 2 outs, Nesikevich, he's going to be coming around. So an error by one of the infielders, too, could get 2 runners on the board for the Falcons.
And this one's hit right in the 5.5 hole, and they're going to wave Dotson home. There's going to be a play at the plate. Throw is high. He is safe at home. Siegel trying to get to second, and Siegel is tagged out at second base, but the damage is done. Solano gets 2 back, and now the lead is cut down to 2, 4-2 Marin heading to the top of the 4th.
My name is Alvaro Bacaba. I'm a sophomore infielder, and thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Top of the 4th inning now. We have ourselves a ball game, Poff. It's 4-2. Solano scraped back 2 runs there in the bottom of the 3rd. And what crucial runs those were right there.
Well, if you can hear Will Smith in the background, Solano getting jiggy with it as they get 2 runs on the board.
So now it's going to be up to 3, 4, 5 hitters, just like last inning. So Stephen DiMartini leading off. He led off with a single and came around to score. But we have David Hostler out on the mound, so Dustin LeBeat gave up 4 runs. Only 2 of those were earned because the 2 guys he had left out there, it was the error by Siegel, which allowed those 2 runs to come in. But Hostler now trying to get a 0 up here for Solano. And this was lifted high in the left field. Pavlowski going back at the track and makes the grab, falling down.
Couldn't stick the landing, but boy, that was a tremendous catch by Jacob Pavlowski out in left field, and he had to track that one down.
Man, I was glad. He had 2 hands. That is textbook outfielder right there. You know, he had 2 hands on the ball, and he just held it all the way down. 2 feet are in. That's a touchdown.
So big play by the defense, and that's what they're going to need.
Yeah, you can start feeling a little bit of momentum coming back Solano's way. And now Ryan Schultz at the plate, 0 for 2 today. First pitch outside, ball 1.
And just an all-important game. Both these teams have 5 games remaining. And as you said at the top of the broadcast, whoever wins this, you've got the tiebreaker.
And the dirt 2-0. Yeah, after today, Solano comes back tomorrow. We'll be doing that game here at the Solano College Sports Network against Los Medanos. And they go on the road to play Napa. Then they come back on the 23rd against Contra Costa. Once a game, we'll be bringing you that game. And then they end the season on the road against Mendocino. And
that will be a tough game to end the season, making that trip up to Ukiah and playing Mendocino.
Yeah, Mendocino, no slide. They're 9-11 on the year, 13-18 overall, but they've been putting up a lot of good battles against.
They beat Marin up at their house.
That's 3-1 now, and looking at Marin's schedule, they play Napa at home on the 18th, and they go up to play Los Medanos, and then another road trip to Mendocino and finish up at home against Laney. So not an easy schedule for them as well. Oh, just a bit inside, ball 4.
Yeah, and I think that one, good call by the home plate umpire. I think if you're watching from our center field camera, which obviously you are, you would see that ball just miss the strike zone by a hair.
Now you bring up a guy who's 1 for 1 with a double, a walk, and 2 runs scored. So they have yet to retire. Heyman has plenty of speed, and he's kind of been the engine that's been keeping this team going all game long.
Yeah, Heyman and DeVille, who's coming up behind him. Both these guys scored 3 runs between them, and they have 3 hits and a walk.
Pitch low, 1-0. Yeah, you know, Hostler He came in looking good. He'll get the first out on the first pitch, but then he's still just not making that adjustment to get his pitch up a little more. That's what they're calling from the dugout. So let's see if he can just throw the ball here. Get a ground ball. That's what we've been asking for his whole game. And there it is. Scooped. Dick bobbles, throws a second. He's safe at second base. Tough play for Connor Dick right there, ranging to his left, making the slide. He knocked the ball down. That's the thing. He saved from going out in the outfield to be first and third with one out. Now it's first and second, one out. So good play there.
Yeah, and I like Connor Dick. He's thinking, man, I should have made that play. But as you said, that was a nice fundamental play. Kept the ball in front of him. Keeps the lead runner at second. But now you got to deal with big Dom DeVille.
Yeah, yet to be retired. Like you said, 2 for 2, a single, a double, and a scored run. Has himself an RBI as well.
So 2 pretty tough chances for both infielders. Dobson in the previous inning.
Pitch outside, ball 1.
And Connor Dick on that play.
Yeah, you know, we were asking for the ground ball. We finally got one, but it was
They've been 2 tough chances.
Exactly.
Dodson had that one that bounced high off the turf, and no chance to make that play. And tough chance for Connor Dick as well.
Ball in the dirt, 2-0. You know, it's Marin not really lighting up the scoreboard with a lot of hits. It's just been a lot of walks, putting the pressure on the pitchers to make good pitches, and Marin taking advantage of these types of situations. And if you can eliminate the walks, so you have yourself, you know, runner on first instead of first and second. Strike called, 2-1.
And that also affects the way that the infield's going to set up. Maybe Connor Dick in a better position easily makes a play at first, so 2 outs instead of 1.
It's now 2-1. Outside, ball 3.
Yeah, that was way outside there.
Yeah, it just seemed he did that double look to second base, and right when he came off that double look, he kind of started his motion instead of doing a double look, freezing for a half second, then going home. What that does, it changes your eye as a pitcher for where you're trying to locate your pitch, and when your head is moving, your whole body's going to be moving, falling off the mound. That's something they were saying earlier from the dugout. So now the 3-1. Foul back, 3-2. So good pitch there by David Hostler.
Yeah, looked like he took a little bit off that one, and DeVille just out in front.
Yeah, this is a big out. Try to get this guy out. I mean, he's red hot right now. If you can retire him, little momentum right there for yourself. You know, you got the hottest hitter out of the lineup.
And then after DeVille, we go to Potts, and Potts was the first guy to face Hostler back in the 3rd.
Torres.
That's right.
Ball 4. So now it's going to be bases loaded with Tyler Torres coming up. James Potts, you're right, had the first at-bat, and it was an E9. Tyler Torres come up, last at-bat, an E3. So this 7-hole has had a couple errors for themselves.
And so he's seen Hostler now for the 2nd time. And I'm sure Coach Stover, he'd like to get another 2 innings out of Hostler, get to the 6th inning, and then go to Adam Coates.
Yeah, especially with the back-to-back. You know, you got Los Medanos coming here tomorrow, and that's going to be another crucial game.
But Stover now has Austin Abernathy up in the bullpen, Jay Wagner going down there as well.
First pitch low, ball 1. You know, there's nowhere to put him right now.
And Wyatt McCampbell down there warming up as well.
So now it's 1-0 to Torres. Smartly, Acosta comes out. I mean, Hostler really needs to bear down right now and just throw some strikes. I mean, he has the ability to do it, and just seems like he's over pitching a bit, building up this pressure situation a little too much instead of just going up there calm, cool, collected, pressing. You know, you just have to take a step back, take a deep breath, and throw. It's just a ball game.
And I think, too, there when Acosta went out, actually Coach Stover motioned for him to go out, I think to give the bullpen just a little bit more time to get ready. Abernathy working hard down there.
So now it's 1-0 to Tyler Torres. And the pitch. Low in the dirt, blocked by Acosta. Great job by Acosta. Once again, 2-0. And, man, he's had a hard day behind the plate there. Keeps blocking all these pitches. He's going to need an ice bath after this game.
He's been doing a great job, hasn't he?
Yeah, maybe him and Champagne. Taking down some
yeah.
ice.
Yeah, he can borrow Champagne's ice, put it on his back when he's done.
So now 2-0 Torres. Let's see if he's a free swinger here. And he is. Siegel Grant makes the grab. Throws it to first. Oh, tags first base. Run comes in to score. And he gets the out. Make sure of 1 out. So that's a good job.
So outstanding play by Bo Siegel. He missed a similar play earlier. Not that one, not that time. So gets the all-important second out. But Marin does score another run. Now 5-2 lead.
Yeah, he smartly tagged his own bag first. You know, the diving play, go into the first base. That's what you're supposed to do. You'd think you'd try to come home, but he was trying to go first to second, see if he can get him. Make sure of the out there. You'll give up the run in that situation. Ball outside, and Acosta quickly looking down third base with Jeff Filifano up at the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. So score now 5-2 in favor of Marin. That pitch isn't coming down. 2-0. Yeah, I believe this will probably be Hostler's last inning. He's thrown a lot of pitches through these past 2 innings.
Yeah, there just has not been an easy inning. Really, it was that first inning on the double play by Darian Evans out in right field, making the catch and throwing out a runner at the plate.
This one's lifted up into left field. Pavlowski is under it, calls everybody out, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So Marin gets 1 back. They lead 5-2, heading to the bottom of the 4th. So thanks for staying tuned in to the Solano College Sports Network. Stosh and Moita, Greg Poff here in the booth, and it's a 5-2 lead for Marin in the bottom of the 5th inning with the 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up. Garland Webster leading off.
Third baseman, Garland Webster.
Primetime Webster, as they call him, around the clubhouse, and he grounded out to the shortstop in his first at-bat. And that's outside, ball 1, so good eye there by Webster. He did have a full count, battled off a couple of tough pitches. You know, Webster's always a tough out up at the plate.
Yeah, sees the ball really well.
Oh, checks his swing and just gets a piece of the bat. And he's frustrated with himself there. You can see the grimace on his face.
Yeah, just could not get the bat out of the way of the pitch that time.
Yeah, that would have been ball 2. Now it's 1-1 instead. And, you know, Steve Baker, his team coming up with these long innings every single time, it really takes a toll on you as a pitcher. You like a little quick innings score. Oh, and this one's lifted high and deep into right field. That ball's going back, and it hits the wall. Morgan making a quick throw in, and Garland Webster with a leadoff double.
All right, let's get things started here. I'll help you out. Hit that one off the wall in right field. G-Money, prime time, whatever you want to call him. The freshman out of Armio, this kid can hit the ball.
Yeah, he can. You know, Sam Morgan, you know, he got turned around on the ball, but he smartly let the play. He saw where it was coming to, so he slowed up, let it play off the wall. If he's trying to make a play on that ball and runs into the wall, bobbles it, Garland's on third, or maybe even scores with his speed.
Yeah, because Webster runs well. He was on his horse. He was moving fast. So, as you said, good job by the right fielder, Morgan, to track that ball down, get it in quickly.
Darian Evans up at the plate, squared around a bunt. Pulls it back, and that's a ball. Good eye.
Yeah, excellent execution there by Darian Evans. Watching the ball in, pulls the bat back at the last minute, and gets the ball call.
Yeah, interesting. Baker went with the curveball there. We used to see him throwing a lot of first pitch fastballs, so maybe he comes back to the fastball here with Darian Evans just sacrificing. And he gets the bunt down. This is a good bunt. Bobbled, throw to first. Oh, and he's out at first. Good play by Ryan Schultz to recoup after the bobble.
Yeah, that was excellent by Schultz, just keeping his composure, knew he had plenty of time, even though Evans runs pretty well, not nearly as fast as his Rodriguez days when he was roaming the football field as an outside linebacker / defensive back. So good play by Schultz. Webster also, great base running, gets down to third easily.
You know, that's Solano baseball. You know, you lead off double, bunt him over to third. Now 1 out. Pavlowski ball into the outfield, scores a run. That makes it a 5-3 ball game. So let's see what Jacob can do here. First pitch, call to strike. Good little sweeping curveball.
Yeah, good pitch there by Baker. Pretty good velocity on that breaking ball as well.
Yeah, Solano comes in. They actually lead the whole state of California in sacrifice bunts and hits. So that's tight. They play a lot of small ball here at Billy Louise Yarborough Stadium. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Yeah, that ball was sinking, and Pavlovsky didn't adjust at all. Probably missed that ball by a good foot.
Yeah, it just looked like he took his eye off of it and was already committed to swinging. So now 0-2. You know, you've got a battle here with 1 out. Swing and a miss, strike 3 on 3 pitches, and that is the second out of the inning.
Big strikeout by Baker there, so that eliminates getting the run home on a fly ball. So Acosta, he's going to need a hit here to get his buddy Webster home. And Acosta, he's had some clutch hits for the Falcons, especially this year, his sophomore season. He has really improved at the plate. He's always been solid as a catcher. But this year coming in, hitting right around 300, he's been money at the plate.
Swing and a miss, strike 1. So, man, Baker really dialing in his curveball now. With that fastball he has working, bringing up the curveball now the second time through the lineup. Yeah, he has that working. He's going to be hard to hit down the stretch here.
Yeah, Costa just guessed wrong. He was expecting that fastball. Got the breaking ball instead way out in front of it.
So now the 0-1. No, an umpire said yes, he went. And, you know, I never like that. The home plate umpire should always ask for help because as a home plate umpire, I've actually umpired myself. It's very hard to make that call.
I saw it from here. Good call by the umpire. But I agree. It's tough to see on that angle, but I think that one he definitely went around.
I thought he didn't, you know, his wrists were held up, but hey. Now the 0-2. Oh,
Bam.
Strike 3, call, caught him looking. So a leadoff double, stranded runner at third. And it's still 5-2 Marin heading to the top of the 5th.
Hi, my name is Garland Webster. I'm a freshman third baseman. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
So top of the 5th inning now. We have a new pitcher in. It's going to be Austin Abernathy. Comes in with a 7.24 ERA and 7.9 strikeouts per game for Austin Abernathy. So he has a lot of strikeout potential here.
Yeah, he's got good stuff. Freshman out of Napa. With him, it's just a matter of locating his pitches. And I think this is someone that Stover's got his eye on as a potential starter next year for the Falcons.
You always know Austin Abernathy coming out to some good old country music.
Yeah, you like him. He likes to hunt and fish,
Yep.
kind of a country boy. I was trying to give him the nickname of Buck Abernathy. He didn't like that too much. So we'll stick with Austin. Falcons would like to get somebody on the mound to give him a 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah.
Hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, Marin, ever since that first inning, they had, that double play. That's the only zero Marin has. They really need to have a shutdown inning right now. Keep this a 3-run ball game. Sterling Champagne leading off. 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
Now pitching
And a
for
walk.
the Falcons, Austin Abernathy.
So Abernathy from Napa starting off with a little champagne.
First pitch outside, ball 1. And so 1-0. Champagne holding his hand up there.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to call timeout. Ump said no. Take this
calls.
strike.
Count goes to 1-1. Yeah, Austin Abernathy, he likes to get up there and fire. As soon as that batter set, likes to quick pitch a little bit. So a lot of times, you hold the hand up just to get set. He rips this one. Dots right out the side of the glove of Dotson. And
Joey's had 2 chances at short, and they both have been difficult.
yeah, I'd have to put that down as an E6 there. That's a field. That's what hurts right there. Rubalcaba, that's an out. But Dotson playing his first game as a shortstop and leads off this inning with an error. So Matthew Tarantino coming up to the plate. 1 for 2 with a single and a walk.
Well, other than the last inning, the 4th inning, Marin has got the leadoff runner on board.
Solano doing a good job. Only 5-2. Still a 3-run ball game. Rose. Oh, right off Abernathy.
He'll take it.
He picks it up, throws it to first for out number 1.
Knocked that down with the back of his thigh. Took that one on the hammy.
He's a country boy. He's okay.
Oh, yeah, he's fine.
He's already up, ready to go.
So, interesting sacrifice there.
Yeah, he saved extra bases possibly for.
Yeah, that ball was just smoke.
And they just went on. He goes, yeah, I'm fine.
And that was Tarantino.
Yeah. that ball was hit extremely hard. But he'll wear it right up near the thigh area. Maybe they'll fire him up on the mound.
Yeah, at least he turned around, took it on the back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the fattier part of the body. Luckily it wasn't in the back, in the arm, somewhere where there's a lot of bones, and especially off the foot. Those ones always hurt. So Sam Morgan up the plate now. Runner on second base, 1 out. Morgan 0 for 2 with a walk. First pitch is low outside, ball 1.
So Champagne now on second. Let's see if Captain Morgan can get him home.
Now the double look, 1-0 pitch. In the dirt, ball 2, good block by Acosta once again.
Pretty good movement on that pitch.
Yeah, Abernathy does have some nasty pitches he can throw. It's just a matter of locating those pitches in the strike zone. Strike called at the knees, 2-1. Good pitch there by Austin Abernathy.
Yeah, gets the call there by the home plate umpire. So 2 balls, 1 strike.
And the pitch. Strike called at the knees, 2-2. Hey, he can live down there all day long. Those pitches at the knees are hard to hit.
And Falcons really want to get out of this inning unscathed, obviously. But when you look at their overall record, when they have held their opponents to 5 runs or less, they are 16-3 on the season.
Good curveball. Cannot get the call. A little low, 3-2.
And that did not look much lower than the 2 fastballs that were called strikes.
It's now full count. Runner on second base, 1 out. Abernathy, a long look in. He comes set, gets the pitch he likes. Kicks, fires. And this one's foul. And it goes behind Acosta, so it's going to be a foul ball. Set it up, do it again, 3-2.
And that looked like ball 4.
Yeah.
So Abernathy getting a little help there from Sam Morgan. And the always dangerous Steve DiMartini standing in the on-deck circle. Morgan looking for his first hit today.
Yep. Abernathy ready now. Strike 3, called, caught. I'm looking for out number 2.
And Morgan knew it.
Yep.
He knew it. He just kind of shook his head. Nice pitch. Tip your cap back to the dugout. Big strikeout.
Yeah.
For Abernathy gets that important second out. Now you got to retire Mr. DiMartini.
1 for 3 today with a single and a scored run. I mean, DiMartini's always a big threat out there. He does have 1 home run on the year, and the winds really died down here at Bailey Louis Yarborough Stadium. Curveball floated way outside, and he's lucky that was outside. If that's anywhere near the zone, I'm sure DiMartini's teeing off on that one.
Yeah, he threw that one towards Vacaville, never came back close to Fairfield. Way outside.
1-0. High, ball 2. DiMartini thought about it but held up, so now 2-0.
There you get a good look at DiMartini, left-handed batter, as he stands in and gets ready. Count in his favor, 2 balls, no strikes.
Cruz should come back with a strike right now. Hits him right in the behind. Hey, save a couple pitches, just hit him.
I think Abernathy there is going, you guys need to feel some pain because the back of my leg's still smarting. Obviously did not want to put DiMartini on base, but not the worst thing. Now runners on first and second, force out in play. And now Ryan Schultz coming up to the plate.
Yeah, he's 0 for 2 with a walk and a scored run. Scored the lone run in the 4th inning for the Marin Mariners. Curveball up the middle. Nobody's going to get there. And they're going to wave him home from third. Strong throw from Nesikevich. Cut off to third. And he's in there safely at third. So that's a 2-out single RBI for Ryan Schultz.
Yeah, good job by Schultz. Just went with a pitch back up the middle. Dodson made it look close, but no chance to really get there and make a play. And then dribbles into center field. Nesikevich coming up throwing, but no chance to get a play at home, cut off. And so now Marin up by 4 runs. They've got that 4 spot back, up 6-2.
They keep adding on every inning, and that's what you got to do if you want to win ball games, especially with Chris Heyman now at the plate, 2 for 2, a double, a single, and a walk, 2 scored runs, and he has yet to be retired.
Yeah, it's really been the heart of the lineup that's done the damage for Marin today.
So that error and the hit by the pitch could play costly. First pitch is high, ball 1.
Yeah, the control of the Solano pitchers today has not been what it usually is. Several walks, a hit batter, and it's resulted in 6 runs on the board for Marin.
This one's lifted down the line in right field. Darian Evans going over, making a long run. And almost makes a spectacular play. That ball just kept cutting away from him. But good effort by Darian Evans, laying all out for that one.
And good job by our home plate cameraman, Anthony Williams, getting over there, able to see that play. Man. Here on the Solano College Sports Network. I'd like to see that when our cameraman stepping up big.
I thought Darian was going to have that ball.
Boy, he gave chase. He made it look close. The way that ball was tailing away, I didn't think he was going to get there, but outstanding effort by the sophomore right fielder.
Hey, if he makes that grab, I think that's our #1 play of the year.
Going to be tough to beat Audrey Jones' 3-point shot, but that definitely get there in the top 5.
Good curveball. Strike 2 called. 1 and 2 just froze him at the plate.
And I think Heyman at first thought that might hit him because he was kind of leaning in a little bit.
Like I said, he's got some nasty stuff. If he can just dial it in, you saw it right there. So now the 1-2. Another curveball, and this one's ripped out into right center field, and that ball gets down. 1 run is in. 2 runs are going to come in to score, and that's a big 2 RBI hit from Chris Heyman.
Yeah, Heyman, and he got the same pitch again.
Yep.
You know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Nothing doing, just went with it and roped it into center field.
So now it brings up Dominic DeVille, 2 for 2, a double, single, scored run, and a walk. And now this game's starting to get busted open by Marin. It was just a matter of time.
Yeah, and the Falcons really needed an outstanding pitching performance by Labitte and their bullpen to be able to stay pace with Marin and Steve Baker, and just haven't been able to execute their pitches well enough to do that thus far in this game.
And now down by 6 runs with probably another one of the hottest hitters, Dominic DeVille, up at the plate. You know, it's just the air and the walk, the hit by the pitch, which really set up this inning for the Marin Mariners. And that's kind of been the theme of this game so far. And like we said, whoever makes the least amount of mistakes will win this ball game. So far, Marin, that's the reason why they got the 8 spot up there. First pitch outside, ball 1.
And nobody in the bullpen for the Falcons.
No,
So Abernathy's got to get out of this inning on his own.
Oh, and this one's
not looking good.
And that's a fair ball. That one's going to roll to the wall. And we know Heyman can run, and they're going to wave him home. Did he touch third base, Bob? And that's another 2-out double RBI for Dominic DeVille.
So this game just getting out of hand for the Falcons. Knew it was going to be tough coming in. Lenny not at second for the Falcons. Rubalcaba not starting at shortstop. And Marin, they're making the Falcons pay for the shoddy pitching today.
Now it's going to bring up Tyler Torres. 0 for 1, 0 for 2. You know, this is the 4th consecutive inning that we've seen Heyman and DeVille up at the plate.
Yeah, and just look at all the damage those guys have done.
This one's fouled back. 0-1.
I know, that looked like it was heading towards my truck. Took one off the top in the softball game on Tuesday. Softball's okay. Don't want to have to take any damage by a hard ball, especially the way Marin's ripping the ball today.
Yeah. Ball outside, 1-1. And if you look down the visitor dugout, you'll see Steve Baker over there throwing just to stay loose. Like I said, these long innings really start to get to a pitcher, especially back-to-back-to-back-to-back long innings. And
Looked pretty good, though, in that last inning. Looked like he might be in a little bit of trouble. Got 2 big strikeouts with Webster on third.
Ball outside, 2-1.
And the game has really changed since that leadoff double by Webster in the bottom half of the last inning. Looked like the Falcons were really going to start getting something going. Left Webster at third, 2 big strikeouts by Baker, and now Marin busting this game open here in the top of the 5th.
Outside ball, 3-1, and we have some action going down at Solano's bullpen once again. From my vantage point, I cannot see who it is.
I think it's Wyatt McCampbell down there getting ready. Another kid out of Armia.
Yeah. Outside, ball 4, so a 2-out walk to Tyler Torres. Now it's going to bring up Jeff Villafana. 1 for 3 today with a single and a strikeout.
So now runners at first and second. Still 2 outs.
Yep, you were right. It is Wyatt McCampbell down in the bullpen.
And it seems like a long time since Abernathy struck out Morgan to get the second out in this inning.
Strike called on the outside corner, 0-1. You know, if Champaign gets up, they will bat a round in this inning. This is the second time in this game that they've batted 9 in an inning. Good curveball. Dotson picks it up, flips it to second, and that has out number 3, but the damage is done. Marin leads 9-2, heading to the bottom of the 5th. Bottom of the 5th inning now here on the Solano College Sports Network. Your home for Solano Sports, and what a game it's been. 9-2 in favor of Marin, and Steve Baker's still out on the mound. He's pitching a pretty good game.
Yeah, especially the way he ended that last inning. That was huge with the big strikeout of Pavlovsky, and then comes back and gets Acosta.
Now it's going to bring up Connor Dick, 0 for 1 today, and not a whole lot of at-bats from Solano and a whole lot of at-bats from Marin. So
Yeah, Falcons just getting to the bottom of their order for the second time in this game as we head into the bottom of the 5th. They're down by 7.
first pitch in there, strike call. Count goes 0-1. You know, Solano's going to need to muster up every single base runner as possible. You just got to chip away each inning. That's called a strike. Count goes 0-2. So now the 0-2 pitch. And the dirt smartly lays off there as Connor Dick, and Sterling Champagne took a little lick there.
And the Falcons, they just have to keep playing. Can't get frustrated, can't think that maybe the calls aren't going your way. Just keep playing baseball, see what happens. You still have 4 innings.
Yeah, still a whole lot of ball game left to play. That's outside, ball 2.
In community college baseball, anything can happen. Now, with that being said, you're going against one of the top teams in Northern California. And Marin, they've always been at the top, primarily because of their outstanding pitching.
And this one's roped into center field. Heyman has a beat on, he's under it. Makes the grab for out number 1.
Boy, Heyman, good-looking ball player, both at the plate and out at center field. Also a very good infielder, plays some second base as well.
Alex Nesikevich coming up now. 0 for 0. Had a walk in his first at-bat.
Alex Nesikevich.
Scored a run. That 2-run bottom of the 3rd inning, and no runs since then. So Solano need to start getting some base runners on. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it back, 0-1.
Good cut there by Nesikevich.
Yeah,
just swung under it just a bit.
Yeah, smart. You know, with this big lead, Baker's just going to come up and just start throwing fastballs. Just make, you know, try to put the ball in play. Just keep throwing. And the dirt.
That hit him.
And that hit him.
Yeah, at least if you're going to get hit, it's always nice if it bounces first.
So,
Yeah, still not much fun, but I'll take that rather than the one Abernathy took on that line drive off the back of his leg.
So now Alvaro Rubalcaba, one of the hottest hitters for the Solano Falcon team, 0 for 2 today. So is it safe to say he's due? And Alvaro's a gamer. He does not like to lose, and you know what? He's going to do everything in his power right now to try to spark a rally with no outs here. Solano finally has their leadoff hitter on.
Yeah, as you said, Stosh, going to the top of the order. You've got good speed. Just got to get guys on.
Nesikevich thought about it once again. You know, when you hesitate, you have to go back unless it goes a lot further. Smartly gets back to the bag. It's Nesikevich. You cannot afford to have a base running mistake out there. You need all the runners as possible.
And he was in a similar position the last time he was on. That time, ball caromed a little bit further from Sterling Champagne. Nesikevich hesitated, still able to get into second easily. Wouldn't have happened that time.
Outside. Now Nesikevich is going to take off. So now 2-0 to Rubalcaba. Back-to-back pitches in the dirt.
And that's just happened with Baker a couple times. It looks like he just tries to overthrow the pitch and bounces it in the dirt. So while he's had excellent control for the most part, that's probably the 4th or 5th pitch that's been in the dirt in front of Sterling Champagne, the catcher.
Yeah, that's the 4th pass to ball of this ball game for Sterling Champagne, and they have proved costly. As that 3 of them came in that bottom of the 3rd inning where the 2 runs came in. Outside, ball 3.
Yeah, all of a sudden Baker just looks like he can't find the strike zone.
You know, it's his long innings. You're sitting in there, you know, you're getting a groove. He was in the groove the first couple innings, and these long innings, he's just sitting there on the bench. We saw him getting loose. It's really hard. You know, you got a momentum thing going, then you got to come out after a long sit. It's hard to get dialed back in. That is ball 4 to Alvaro Rubalcaba. So back-to-back walks. Now it's going to bring up Joey Dotson.
Yeah, and Falcons, they just need base runners. They're going to take it any way they can because they have excellent speed, and if they can get guys on, they can put some pressure on both your defense and the pitcher Baker.
Now let's see what they're going to do here. There's one out, runners are first and second. Usually this is a bunting situation, but down 9-2. Let's see if Joey Dotson's going to swing away, or he might want to try to push bunt. We've seen him get a lot of base hit bunt singles. Pulls it back, strike is called, 0-1. Those sweeping curveballs are always hard to bunt down the line. Now the 0-1. And this one's smoked out into the outfield. That's going to drop down for a hit. And they're going to hold Nesikevich up at third. So Dotson has his first hit of the ball game.
Yeah, Dotson just ripped that, but because he hit it so hard, enabled the left fielder to come up easily, would have been no chance, I think, for Nesikevich to get home, unless, of course, an errant throw.
Yeah, now it brings up Bo Segal, 2 for 2 today with 2 singles, and he had that 2 RBI single back in the bottom of the third inning. Unfortunately, got caught trying to advance to second base, but it was a smart play to try to go and take that extra bag.
Well, you have the table set the way you want it. You got your fastest guys on base, and now getting to the heart of the lineup. Let's see if Solano can make something happen and get back in this ball game down by 7 here, bottom of the 5th.
First pitch is low, ball 1. And you hear the life in the Solano dugout. A lot more chatter going on. Home crowd starting to get into a little more, and they could really use a couple runs right now.
All you need is a little hope, a little glimpse.
That's called to strike out the knees, 1-1. Good take by Bo.
Yeah, that pitch could have gone either way, right at the knees. Almost looked a little bit outside. Baker's going to take that one. I've got an even count now, 1-1.
Yeah, if he hits that ball, he's probably going to roll over something in the infield. He's looking for somebody who can drive into the outfield right now. And the dirt scoots away. Nesikevich is going to come home, and he is safe at home. So Solano gets one back.
So just all kinds of trouble here for Baker and Champagne in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah,
and they're making it easy for Solano to kind of creep back in this one. Really, you just have the one base hit by Dodson. That's it.
Yeah, now with the 2-1 count to Bo. Takes away the double play situation as well. 9-3 now, 6-run ball game.
And Baker just has lost sight of the strike zone and just a lot of balls in the dirt.
And he smokes this one out into center field. Heyman going over Heyman's head. 1 run's going to come in, and I know 2 is going to score. Speed of Dotson. Bo Siegel's going to go to third with a stand-up triple, and 2 runs come in. What a at-bat. Have yourself a day, Bo.
Well, Bo knows how to do it. Just ripped that one. I, like you, thought Heyman might have a play on it, but that ball just kept carrying, sailed over his head, and 2 runs come across. 9-5 now. So the Falcons getting it back to that 4-run gap. That's kind of where they've had it. So anything can happen now, and only 1 out still in this inning. That was Connor Dick, that fly ball to center fielder Heyman to start the inning.
So now it's going to be Garland Webster, who's 1 for 2 with a double today, and there's some action going down in the Marin bullpen. It looks like it's Cooper Cassad warming up down there. We saw Cassad last time that Marin came to Solano. He pitched 2 innings, and he gave up 1 run in that last time. That 1 run came in the 8th inning, where Solano tied the game up. And like we said, Solano baseball, never count them out, down by 4 once again.
Boy, and you look at those 5 runs scored by Solano. Bo Siegel's knocked in 4 of them.
Yeah. Bo red hot today. Man, I just had a feeling. I saw that fastball coming in. He went perfectly. You know, Heyman kind of overplayed. He took that step in and just went over his head. Tough play, though. That thing was smoked.
Yeah, and the wind just kind of picked up, kind of died down, and so the wind was carrying the ball towards right field, and that ball just sailed over his head.
So now the mound meeting is over. Garland Webster up at the plate now. Yeah, Garland ripped that double in the 4th inning to lead off that inning.
So Solano trying to get another run across with Siegel standing at third, make it a half dozen runs against Baker.
Swing and a miss, strike one. A little over aggressive there, and a good little slider.
Yeah, nice movement on that pitch, breaking away from Webster. Webster, of course, had that big double he ripped off the wall last time he was up.
Yeah, I was probably expecting a first pitch fastball there. Oh,
Ooh,
and yes, he
fooled
went
again.
around. 0-2, and in this situation, you have to just come and be composed. And Garland, knowing being composed most of all this year, but he's always a tough out with 2 strikes. That first at bat, he went down 0-2, worked it full, and then eventually hit a ground out. Hits this one, and that's going to score a run. So Garland gets the job done with an RBI out.
Yeah, good job protecting the plate. Just went with the pitch, got good metal on it, and gets Bo Siegel home. So would you believe it? It was so quiet here as we started this inning, but you got to have faith in your Falcons. Now they're just down by 3.
Wow. And now with Darian Evans up, he had a sacrifice bunt, so he's 0 for 1 today. Swing and a miss, strike one. He was looking to hit that one to the hills, way back on his back foot, kind of spun out.
He was trying to cut the deficit to 2 right there on that swing. Comes up empty, though.
And this one's hit deep in the left center field. Heyman going back. Heyman's out the warning track, makes the grab for out number 3. But Solano got 4 back. They're now trail 9-6, heading to the top of the 6th.
Hello, my name is Alex Nesikevich, freshman outfielder. Thanks for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Top of the 6th inning now. It is 9-6 as Solano answered Marin's 4 with 4 of their own in the bottom of the 5th. And now Wyatt McCampbell coming in to pitch. Wyatt McCampbell's pitched 7 2/3 innings with a 10.57 ERA on the year out of Armiel High School.
Well, Solano gave up 4 in the top of the 5th, got them all back in the bottom.
Yeah, I actually grew up with Wyatt McCampbell. I played baseball with his older brother, Dalton. So I played a lot of catch with this young man. He has a lot of movement on a bunch of different pitches. Doesn't really get to see the mound too much. So let's see if he can be one of the only Solano pitchers since the first inning he put a 0 up on the board.
And Wyatt, another kid out of Armiel High School. And I believe his dad coached there.
Yep, his dad actually passed away
about a year ago, I think.
Yeah, earlier at the beginning of this season. And Rich McCampbell, he was one of my coaches at Armiel and a travel ball team. Miss him a lot. He was an excellent coach, worked a lot with Wyatt, and was that ever games? Great guy. I mean, I couldn't say more about him.
Well, you can tell with Wyatt, what a great kid. I've had him in the classroom. Just really, really nice kid, good student, very respectful, as are all these kids who play for Coach Stover.
So now it's going to bring up Sterling Champagne. He is 0 for 2 today with a strikeout, reached on the air, scored a run. First pitch, in there, strike called, 0-1. So that pitch Champagne looks like it was a little inside, but Sterling Champagne's right up on that line. So, if it's at a little inside, it's called a strike. Good
Oh.
curveball. Count goes to 1-1, and man, that pitch looked good to me.
Tough call there, huh?
Count 1-1. And this one's smoked. It's going to go foul, 1-2.
Over in the bullpen area.
There's
And
another.
Solano's, got someone warming up down there. Can't quite see.
Maybe Chris Rost?
That might be. That would be number 11.
So now 1-2. In the dirt. Ball 1. Oh, we have a new catcher in the game. It looks like Andres Quijada.
Andres Quijada out of Venezuela. Just a freshman. This kid's got a pretty good arm. Falcons have always had good catchers.
Great catchers, yep. Swing
Bam.
and a miss, strike 3.
Oh.
It's a great way to start that inning there for Wyatt McCampbell. Now it's going to be a Matthew Tarantino. 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. He actually smoked one. This is the guy that hit Abernathy right in the thigh area.
Well, the Falcons start off the inning by getting the first batter retired.
hey.
They haven't done that much in this game. One of the reasons why they've given up 9 runs. So good start from Mr. McCampbell.
This one's hit high and deep into center field. Nesikevich is under it. Comes back, makes the grab for out number 2.
Boy, and you watch Nesikevich and Dodson out in center field. They do such a good job of reading the ball off the bat and getting back in the right position.
Yeah, excellent job. Like Nesikevich got back on his spot, and then he can come up and make the grab. I mean, that's textbook outfielding right there.
I mean, that ball was hit high, but he was back there easily in time. I thought I saw him have a sandwich before that ball came down.
Like they say, a high pop fly, you want to run to a spot, stop, and then look for the ball. Did that excellent. Now Sam Morgan at the plate. 0 for 3 with a walk. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
So 2 up, 2 down thus far. So McCampbell coming in and trying to get the side in order.
And that's what you want to do out of the bullpen. Squaring around the bunt. And this is going to go foul. So 0-2 quickly.
Boy, you
Quijada.
saw Quijada
Yeah.
there. Boy, he's out of there like a cat. Really quick reflexes. Really like this kid. Fun to talk to. All right, what position do you play? Catcher. I'm the catcher. Yes, you are, and a pretty good one.
Yeah, at Faith Christian High School. So now 0-2, way ahead on Sam Morgan now. Good pitch in the dirt, though, 1-2. Maybe try to get him to chase something there.
And I think, too, one of the reasons why Acosta out of the game now, they've got another game tomorrow. You were telling me about umpiring behind home plate. Just how sore you get with your legs. Imagine being in the crouch 2 days in a row.
Yeah, it really takes a toll, especially how long this game has been going. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Drop, throws it down to first. Good scoop by Bo. So Wyatt McCampbell, 2 strikeouts, set him down in order. The first 0 since the first inning. 9-6 heading to the bottom of the 6th. So bottom of the 6th, and we have a pitching change for the Marin Mariners. Coming in now is Cooper Cassad. Cooper's 2-0 on the year, with a 3.03 ERA with 24 strikeouts, about 5.5 strikeouts per game. And Steve Baker's final stat line, 5 innings pitched, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, 4 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned runs. And, you know, the way Baker started this game, you thought he would go deeper, but I think the fact of those long innings really got to him. Started, you know, cooling off, heating up. That's why they're out of this game early.
Yeah, he just really kind of lost his touch in the last 2 innings.
So now Jacob Pawlowski coming up, 0 for 2 today with a strikeout. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it back. Count goes 0-1. Like I said, Cooper Cassad actually pitched in that game where Marin came, where they took it in the extra innings and won 2-1. He gave up the lone run for Marin in the 8th inning, which Solano tied the game with. This one's hit, and that is going to be, and that's going to be a base hit for Jacob Pawlowski. I haven't seen him run that fast in a long time.
I haven't either. He was motoring down the base pass. He going, I got a chance here. I am not getting thrown out. And Pawlowski, not that fast, but he's so tall. He has those long, lanky legs. He was eating up yardage. He was booking it down the first base path.
Hey, great job on Matthew Tarantino, though, just getting to that ball. I thought for sure that was going to be a base hit, but he got a glove on it. Now it brings up Andres Quijada. Bad for Edie Costa. So his first at-bat of the day. Hit and run. And he's going to get one out at first. And the hit and run proved it worked.
Got to run over. That's all that matters. And now Connor Dick coming up to the plate.
0 for 2, looking for his first hit. And you know this kid's due. He's hungry.
Now batting.
He is definitely a gamer.
Second base, Connor Dick.
Only 26 at-bats, 9 hits. But, you know, I just got a feeling about this kid.
Oh, yeah, he's a battler. Went out for the team last year, did make the team, stuck with it. Not only made the team this year, but he has really contributed when he's had a chance.
First pitch is called a ball, 1-0. Dick does have 2 RBIs on the year.
Boy, that pitch did not miss by much.
Just a little upward across above the letters. It's now 1-0. Inside, ball 2.
So good job by Connor Dick. Good patience at the plate, working the count in his favor. 2 balls, no strikes now.
Yeah, he's going to sit on 1 pitch and 1 pitch only, something he can drive to the outfield. He's hit 2 pop flies today into the outfield. That's going to be a strike on the outside corner. 2-1 smart take.
Good pitch there by Cassad.
Gets a sign, comes set. Kicks, fires. And that is low, ball 3.
Boy, he's had 2 pitches that have gone for balls that have not missed by much. Good eye by Connor Dick at the plate.
You know, he's got to be smart here. He has 1 to work with. Make sure that's something fat over the zone, something he could drive, get a base hit with. And this is a chopper over to the first base side. DeMartini fields. It's going to be a foot race, and he is safe at first. Oh, and they say he got him. Wow.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if Cassad actually got there in time, got his foot on the bag. Good hustle by Connor Dick. So bang, bang play at first goes the way of the Mariners.
Man.
So big second out. Pawlowski now at third.
Alex Nesikevich.
So Alex Nesikevich 0 for 0 with a couple of walks, 2 scored runs. With an RBI sitting out there at third base, they need to get this one in, cut it down to 2. That's high outside, ball 1. Hey, good job by Stephen DeMartini, though, ranging to his right, making the play, nice flip.
Oh, he's an outstanding first baseman. That game where Marin won 2-1, he dug about 4 or 5 balls out of the dirt over at first.
And this one smoked down. DeMartini looking for help, foot race, and he is there to make the out. So Marin gets out of the jam, put a 0 on the board, 9-6, heading to the top of the 7th.
Hi, my name is Connor Dick. I'm a freshman third baseman. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
So now top of the 7th inning, Wyatt McCampbell back out for his 2nd inning of work. And, man, he has a test coming up for him with the big boys, 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up. Stephen DiMartini leading off, 1 for 3 with a single, a hit by a pitch, and 2 scored runs.
Yeah, just an outstanding defensive play by DiMartini. And we were just talking about how well he played at first in the last game. None of the plays in that game were as big as that one.
Yeah, that gets through, that scores a run, that's extra bases, and man, a couple bang plays up first to end that inning, but Solano's still fighting.
Oh, yeah, still 9 outs to go. What they've got to do now is do some work on the mound, and Wyatt McCampbell coming in after that 1, 2, 3, 6th inning. Let's see if he can do it again here in the top of the 7th.
First pitch outside, ball 1.
And this would be huge for Solano to get another shutdown inning, especially with Wyatt McCampbell on the mound.
And this thing's fouled off over the home dugout. Count goes to 1-1. Yeah.
Because they're going to need all the arms they have down the stretch.
Mm-hmm. A lot of games coming up after today. 5 to play.
And it doesn't get any easier. Even though Los Medanos may be having a bit of an off year, they almost beat the Falcons last time they came to Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium.
Good curveball in there. Strike call. Count goes to 1-2.
Yeah, he's really had good control over his breaking pitches today.
It's now 1-2. Outside, ball 2. Not a bad pitch on a 1-2. Try to get him to chase something outside.
Exactly.
So 2-2 is the count. Curveball fouls this one off. Almost hits Chelsea Williams, our other camera person over there. She's looked a little scared up there.
Well, hard to miss with that bright lime green rash guard she has on. I'm used to seeing guys wearing those out in the pier at Huntington Beach out surfing.
So now 2-2 the count. Outside, ball 3.
Well, we hope you're enjoying our broadcast here on the Solano College Sports Network. Brian Nelson, our producer today, with Mike McLeod and Dale Fawcett on the production table. Doing a great job. Chelsea Williams on a camera. Jake Wade out in center field. Squints, as we like to call him.
And this one's fouled off again. So DiMartini's behind on that fastball. Keeps fouling it off. You see there our SCSN production crew lineup. Anthony Williams, Chelsea Williams, Marvell Bluford, Jake Wade, Del Foss, and Brian Nelson. Mike McLeod isn't on there, but he is back there.
Making sure everything's running smooth.
Mm-hmm. And Greg Poff and Stash Moita here in the booth. So another payoff pitch coming. And the dirt, and that's a leadoff walk. It scoots away. Cajada's going to have to quickly get to that ball. So that's a leadoff walk to DiMartini, and now it brings up Ryan Schultz. 1 for 3 with a walk, a single, 2 runs scored.
Well, when Solano is allowed the leadoff runner on board in this game, hasn't gone too well for the Falcons.
Not at all. Yeah, Wyatt outstanding in that 3rd inning. 1, 2, 3 with a couple of strikeouts, and now he's going to have to bear down right here, try to get a ground ball or pop fly. Strikeout.
And I think Chris Rost is warmed up and ready in the pen, so we'll see how long Coach Stover is going to stick with McCampbell here.
And this one's a little bleeder, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Little jam shot, just floated it out there. Ryan Schultz, big, strong guy.
Yeah, nothing fancy, a walk and a little dribbler there that gets through, and 2 runners on, nobody out.
Now brings it the 5-hitter, Chris Heyman. 3 for 3, 3 scored runs, 2 singles, a double, and a walk.
Yeah, now we're getting to the part of the lineup that really has done most of the damage with that Heyman-DeVille combo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if he could retire this guy right here with no outs, that'd be a huge break. Huge momentum lift for the Falcons. First pitch in there, strike call. Count goes 0-1.
Yeah, Heyman and DeVille, 5 hits, 5 runs between them.
So now the 0-1, he's squaring around a bunt. Does not go. Count goes 1-1.
Good job by Heyman just reading the pitch, saw it was going to be a ball, pulls his bat back at the last minute, gets a ball call.
So now the 1-1. He's done some damage in the 1-1 count today. In the dirt, good block by Cajada.
Cajada doing his Ian Acosta impersonation there. Excellent job blocking the plate.
So now 2-1 hitters count.
Rubalcaba, too, the sophomore shortstop, who's just a designated hitter. He's really taken Andres Cajada under his wing and really showing the freshman the ropes here.
Runner on the move. Oh, fooled me. Little bluff, 3-1. Yeah, you can't afford to walk this guy with no outs, and you got another hot hitter coming up next.
Yeah, and this really is the epitome of what the game has been like when Marin has been up. Couple guys on, put pressure on the pitcher and the defense, and get a couple runs home.
And that's a strike call. Count goes full. It's a good pitch right there by Wyatt McCampbell.
Yeah, just came in enough to catch the inside corner of the plate. Gets the call.
So here comes a payoff pitch. And this one's popped up in the air. And it could be trouble. Darian Evans coming in, and it's going to drop. Evans bobbles, keeps bobbling, flips it, and they bobble it once again, and everybody's safe.
Well, I don't know where to start on that play. And good point, too, and that's what Coach Stover's coming out to say. Should have been the infield fly rule. Might have been just a little too deep for that. And a lot of confusion because Connor Dick looked like he was settling under it. And Evans, who was running in hard from right field, kind of stepped off the gas pedal. And then Connor Dick didn't look like he had a chance. Evans came in, tried to make the play. And then it was a Keystone Cop routine.
So, yeah, Stover out there arguing. That should have been a flat, infield fly rule, but I do not call it, and Stover's not too happy about that call.
And he's not done.
And McCampbell's day is done, and now they're going to bring up Chris Ross.
Well, the breaks haven't gone the way of the Falcons today, but
all.
that's baseball. That's going to happen, and you can't control that. What you can't control is your focus, your concentration, and your drive to get back into this game. And we'll see what happens with the Falcons right now. This can either get out of hand, they can suck it up and really try to make something happen, keep the damage at bay. But it's going to be tough to do. And Chris Ross, boy, he's kind of been hot and cold out on the mound this year, really struggled. When you look at Chris Ross, he was kind of looked at as being the #1 starter coming in along with Nate Janess, but he really struggled in his first couple starts, got off to that disastrous 0-4 season. 0-4 record, ERA was up over 10, but he's had some good outings since then. In fact, when Solano defeated Marin 5-3 at their place, it was really Chris Ross who came in relief of Dylan Dumape and pitched 4 scoreless innings to fix that game. They're going to need him to do the same thing right now.
Yeah, Ross comes in with a 1-4 record and 24 and third inning pitch with a 4.81 ERA and 12 strikeouts.
And that one save you see there, that was against the Marin Mariners.
Yeah, he comes in with a big task at hand. You know, bases loaded, nobody out. I mean, this is definitely a strikeout situation. With Dominic Davila. I mean, this guy has been a tough out all day long.
And if you remember, too, in that 2-1 loss against Marin after Adam Coates fell off the mound, looked like he pulled his hamstring, gave up the balk, came out of the game. It was Chris Ross who came in. There were 2 outs, and he got the ground ball to Rubalcaba, which should have ended that inning, but Rubalcaba double clutched the ball, threw it away, led to the ensuing winning run for the College of Marin.
Yeah, it just seems like every time Solano's been coming back, having the momentum, Marin comes back and just kills that momentum by taking it right back, and that's what good teams do. This is a lot higher scoring game than I thought. And you can check out all our SCSM broadcasts on the Fairfield Cable Access Channel 28, YouTube/Solano College Sports Network, our Facebook page, Solano College Sports Network, the Twitter page at SCC_Falcons, and go give us a like on Instagram at SCC_Falcons. You see a good picture there. So now Chris Ross coming in to trying to help out the Falcons now. Bases let them know, wow, it's a tough situation now. Dominic DeVille up at the plate. First pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
There you go. Ross comes after him with the fastball. And Ross, really his money pitch is his changeup. So nice to see him start off DeVille with that fastball. We'll set up the changeup a little bit later in this at-bat.
Oh, this one's roped out in the right field. Sliding catch by Darian Evans. What a grab.
Oh, number 2 for Mr. Evans out in right field.
And that saved a run, too. Hit so hard that Stephen DiMartini, he kind of went out, and it was a line drive. Nothing he could do there. And Darian Evans, great play. Now it's going to bring up Tyler Torres, who's 0 for 2 today. Reached on an air, grounded out to the first baseman, and has a walk.
Yeah, had that wicked shot down the first baseline that Bo Siegel made that tremendous play on back in the 4th inning. And so now a little meeting on the mound. Boy, what a sensational play by Darian Evans. And back to the previous play, I guess, does that go as an error against Darian Evans?
I give him an E4.
Go to Connor, because it looked like it was Connor Dick's
yeah.
play. I don't know if he got something in his eye, lost it in the sun, but he just stepped out of the way at the last minute and really not much of a chance for Evans. But big-time play on that last hit.
So Ross freezing out the runner. Now he's ready to go. Pitch just misses outside. 1-0.
Yeah, it didn't miss by much, so close pitch by Ross.
It's another 1-0 count. And that's in the dirt, ball 2.
So Ross quickly down in the count. 2 balls, no strikes.
Swing and a miss, strike 1. Good pitch by Ross right there. Has a little zip on his fastball.
So let's see if he comes back with the fastball or goes with the changeup here.
Stays fastball outside, 3-1. Cannot afford to walk a run in here. He's got to go right at him, and you know Chris Ross, the gamer, he's going to do that right here. Swing and a miss, strike 2. That's 2 fastballs that Torres is really behind. You got to go right back with that same pitch.
Or throw your changeup right here.
So full count. Oh, and just misses outside. That's ball 4, and that walks in a run.
Fans not too happy with that call, giving it to the home plate umpire.
And they've been on him all game long. Now it brings up Jeff Villafana. Villafana, 1 for 4 today with a strikeout and a single. Strike on the inside corner, 0-1.
I like the comment I just heard from the stands. A little late for makeup call.
Now 1-1 as that pitch goes outside. Still 1 out. Back to that 4-run ball game. Inside ball 2.
Yeah, that was way inside on that pitch. So Ross behind in the count again. Battled back in the last at-bat against Torres, but ended up losing Torres, walking in a run.
Low ball 3.
So Ross really needs to execute a pitch right here and hit his spot.
And Villafante, I mean, he's not swinging at anything. He's just kind of standing up there, and that's kind of been the MO for Marin today, except for the middle part of the lineup. They just kind of been standing. They're taking the walks. And this one's hit.
That's fair.
Fair ball. Garland steps on third, throws it to first. And they called it a foul ball.
No, that was fair. I saw it. Come on, Blue. Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
That ball was
Yeah.
so fair, even with my old eyes.
It went right over the bag. I mean,
oh, what a tough break for the Falcons. It just not get any easier for them.
yeah.
But, boy, again, you can't control those things.
Yep.
You got to keep playing,
you know,
shake it off, and what a play by Webster.
Yeah. You know, like they say, the ball don't lie. So let's see what happens here. Full count, 1 out, bases loaded. And he swings at this
Tomahawked
one.
it.
Ditt picks it up, throws it to first, and he gets out number 2. Run will come in to score.
Villafana, that looked like it was high and away, just chopped it right to Connor Dick. So Falcons get an out, but another run comes across the plate. 11-6 now. Marin stretching their lead.
Man, the fans here are just being ruthless.
Yeah, they are. They're getting after the home plate umpire.
So now bring up Sterling Champagne. 0 for 3. A couple of strikeouts. And yes, he did. And now he asks for help out in the field. And that one was more blatant than the one we saw earlier that we were questioning on. So now 0-1. Oh, a little bit of late time called there, as it looked like Ross already started his windup. So the 0-1 now. High, ball 1. And it's crucial to get this guy right here, especially with the top of the lineup coming up next. And
I don't know that anybody on the mound has had worse luck than Chris Ross this season for the Falcons.
curveball in there. Strike call. Count goes to 1-2. Champagne's up there trying to hold his hand and get that late time call.
And he did that in his previous at-bat. Didn't get the call from the home plate umpire. Didn't get it that time either.
Curveball outside. 2-2.
And you do have a base open, but I think you'd much rather pitch against Champagne than Tarantino.
Strike 3 call. Caught him looking, and that's out number 3. Marin get 2. Stretch their lead to 11-6, and we're stretching, heading to the bottom of the 7th. So 11-6 here in the bottom of the 7th. Solano's down to 9 more outs to go up at the plate, and it all starts right here with Rubalcaba. This is the guy you want to start right now. He is 0 for 2 with a walk and a scored run, and looking for that first hit, and he's due.
And the Falcons, they've been battling in this game. I mean, getting 6 runs, but it's like they take 1 step forward, 2 steps back in terms of pitching, defense, and certainly a lot of the calls have not gone their way.
And that's called a strike. The count goes 0-1. Yeah, the ball hasn't been bouncing their way. The calls haven't been going their way. And you just got to keep battling.
Absolutely right.
No, he does not go. The count goes 1-1.
Good eye by Rubalcaba there. Excellent patience. You could see that ball just dip low before it crossed the plate.
Fouls this one back, 1-2. So he saw 2 curveballs, a fastball. Expecting another curveball here. That's what his strikeout came on back in the 3rd inning.
And Rubalcaba, boy, he's a guy you just love to get on base because he can make things happen with his speed.
No, he did not go. The count goes 2-2, asking for help.
I think he heard you when you said he didn't go. I better check this before I call him out. That announcer's getting a little upset with me.
I always try to be subjective here at the Solano College Sports Network.
Objective.
Objective. Swing and a miss,
boy.
strike 3. That sweeping curveball once again.
Good pitch by Casad. So Casad, he's been effective. Came up, gave up that leadoff base hit in the 6th to Pavlovsky, but he's retired the last 4 batters in a row.
So now Joey Dotson coming up to the plate. 1 for 2 with a single, 2 scored runs. First pitch is inside, ball 1. A 1-0. And that's going to be a strike on the outside corner, 1-1.
Yeah, good pitch by Cooper Casad there.
A 1-1. This one's fouled back. Count goes to 1-2.
Dotson just chopped that one straight down into the dirt.
Yeah, Dotson really like to get on here. The way Bo Siegel's been hitting, he has 4 RBIs on the day, on deck. 3 for 3, couple of singles and a triple.
There you get a good look at Dotson. Not a big kid, kind of thin, lanky kid, but boy, he can run like the wind.
A 1-2. Fouls this one out, so good at bat here by Dotson, staying alive.
Yeah, Dotson a battler. We saw that when he was up in the 5th inning and ended up getting that big hit off of Baker. Really got things going in the 5th when the Falcons were able to get 4 runs on the board.
Chops this one over to Schultz. Schultz fields it, throws it over to first, and just gets a speedy Dotson for a second out of the inning.
Good play by Schultz there. Had to wait for the ball to come down, but stays with it. Strong throw, gets Dodson easily. And that's not easy to do. Dodson always puts pressure on you because he gets down the base path so quickly.
Bo Siegel.
So quickly, 2 up, 2 down. Not much happening for the Falcons here in the bottom of the 7th. And Bo Siegel, he's had a big-time game. He's responsible for knocking in 4 of the 6 runs by the Falcons.
Curveball in there, called a strike, 0-1.
Casad's just happy to see him up at the plate. 2 outs, nobody on.
Mm-hmm. Swings at that curveball. He's going to chop that one foul, 0-2.
So Siegel down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Looked like he was just waiting for that curveball to break in and just kind of rolled over on it, topped it, fouled it out of play.
So now 0-2 way ahead. Let's see what Casad does here. Runs it inside. Strike 3 called at the knees. So 3 up, 3 down. We're heading to the top of the 8th.
Hi, my name is Joey Dotson, freshman infielder for Solano Baseball program. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
So thanks for staying tuned in to the Solano College Sports Network, your home for Solano sports. Stosh Zamoyda, Greg Poff here in the booth, and it's a 11-6 in favor of the Marin Mariners. And now they come up here in the top of the 8th. It's going to be the top of the lineup, starting with Matthew Tarantino. Tarantino 1 for 4 with a walk and a single.
And Falcons right here need another inning like they got in the top of the 6th from Wyatt McCampbell. They need a 1, 2, 3 inning, and that's been hard to do for the Falcons in today's game against the Mariners.
First pitch is low, ball 1. You know, the bats have been there putting up 6 runs for Solano, but it's just been a little lack on the pitching end for Solano, burning through a lot of pitchers. Now they're on their 5th pitcher of the day. And this one's smoked, and that's a foul ball.
I like how you said foul with authority there. Getting a little vocal payback there, huh? Tough game if you're a Falcon fan, but got to give credit to the Mariners.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. Good use of the changeup there. Count goes to 1-2.
Every time Solano has got close, Mariners have battled back and extended the lead.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. So it's back-to-back strikeouts going back to the last inning for Chris Ross. Now it's going to bring up Sam Morgan, who's 0 for 4 with a walk and a couple of strikeouts.
Yeah, and Ross has come in. He's pitched pretty effectively here.
Pitch high. Count goes 1-0.
And you go back to that last inning on that pitch to Tyler Torres where the count was full. That was a close pitch. He gets the strikeout. He's out of that inning.
Inside ball 2. 2-0.
So Sam Morgan has really been the guy that hasn't done a lot.
Strike called on the inside corner. Count goes to 2-1.
Struck out his last 2 times, a couple fly balls, and walked his first time up against, boy, that seems like ages ago against Labite.
And this one's popped up in the deep left center field. Pavlovsky giving chase, going back, cannot make the grab, picks it up, throws it in. That is a 1-out double for Sam Morgan. I was just about to say he's the only Mariner on the day without a hit. Now everybody on the lineup has a hit.
Yeah, and he just skied that one. It's just the wind has really died down. So earlier in the game, the wind would have knocked that ball down. That one just kept carrying and slicing away from Pavlovsky.
Now it's going to bring up Stephen D. Martini, and this guy's come up big today. He's 1 for 3, single, couple of walks, 3 scored runs. Low outside, ball 1.
Well, we said this at the start of the broadcast. You look at Solano, they've scored 6 runs, but it's the 11 on the other side. When they hold their opponents to 5 runs or less, they're 16-3 on the season.
Ball low, 2-0.
Hasn't happened today, and so they're probably going to fall out of first place unless, of course, there's a big rally. Not saying the game is over, but if things go the way they've been going, Solano, 2 losses in a row, drop them out of first place behind by a game to these Marin Mariners.
There's a strike called, 2-1. Yeah, you know, Marin and Solano are going to be on top there. I mean, Folsom Lake could shock some people with 4 to play, trailing by 3 games. Maybe they can sneak into that second hole. Back pick. Oh, close play, but he gets back safely. They had him.
Yeah, that was close. Good job by Ross. You saw him leaning the other way, made the throw. Dodson over quickly. Close play at second. Yeah, you look at Folsom Lake, and they're locked in at third, a game ahead of Napa. Folsom Lake 12-8, Napa 11-8. But Folsom Lake 20-12 on the season. I think they have a pretty good chance of making the playoffs.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. Way ahead of that changeup. Dropped him down to a knee, looking like Adrian Beltran.
Boy, he's been a good ball player for a long time.
Yes, he has.
I remember when we first started playing with the Dodgers when he was 13.
So now the 2-2 pitch underway. Outside, ball 3.
And Napa, even with the little run, they're ranked 19th. But if they win out, over 20 wins. Might
Yeah.
see 4 teams possibly from the Bay Valley Conference.
Yeah, and
More likely, probably 3.
this one's poked out in the left field. Pavlovsky smartly lets it bounce, gets it in quickly. So that's a 1-out single for Stephen DiMartini. Good piece of hitting out, brings up Ryan Schultz.
So now with 1 out, you're going to have runners on the corners, and we're getting to danger land here as we go to Schultz, Heyman, and DeVille. These guys have really been murdering the Falcon pitching today.
Yeah, Schultz coming up for his 6th at-bat of the game. Couple of singles, 3 scored runs, and a walk, 2 for 4. And you know Solano cannot afford to give up any more runs in this ballgame. First to third move, not working.
I think we've said that just about every inning,
Yeah.
haven't we? No one's listening.
Yep. And this one's lifted down the right field line. Darian Evans giving chase. There's no way he's getting to that ball. It's going to go into the bullpen for a long strike. Count goes 0-1.
And so the Falcons really, when you look at their schedule at 20 and 11, chances are very good they're going to get into the playoffs. There would have to be a complete collapse. But this game here, the importance is who's going to get that home field advantage in round 1 in the playoffs. And that is huge.
And that was a strike call. Now the run's going to come in. That was a little interesting play there.
It was almost like it hit off the shoulder pad of the chest protector.
Yeah.
And then just took a wicked bounce away from Quijada.
And that run comes in to score. So now it's 0-2 as it was a strike. Solano just cannot catch a break in this game today.
Well, I guess when the Baker pitches, you can expect a dozen runs.
Isn't it 13 at Baker's dozen?
That's why I didn't say Baker's dozen.
So now
I
runner
was
on
talking
second.
about the Bakers that can actually count.
Runner on second. 1 out. 0-2 count. And this one's hit high and deep in the left center field. That's going back. And that ball is gone. 2-run home run by Ryan Schultz.
Well, let's see if our center fielder or center field camera, Jake Way, can go get himself a souvenir. Squints will like that.
Yeah.
Take it home. Give it. Is it windy?
Yeah, Windy Peppercorn.
Well, that might be the exclamation point.
Yeah.
14-6, Solano down by 8, and it's just been the pitching that has let him down today.
Now it brings up Chris Heyman. He has yet to be retired. 4 for 5, or 3 for 4, a double, 2 singles, reach on an error, and a walk. Throws it behind him, ball 1. And umpire is warning both dugouts now. As Ross threw it behind the batter.
And like the first base umpire just looking over at the Marin Mariners, let's just keep playing baseball, boys. Keep playing baseball.
Yeah, a little frustration throw there. And Solano can't afford to have Ross get thrown out as there. And this one's hit to Dotson. Dotson kicks off his glove, picks it up, and Heyman's on with an E6.
Well, maybe they're just getting it all out of their system. And the nice thing for the Falcons, they're going to play again tomorrow.
Yep.
And so put this behind. It's just a loss, right? You got 5 games remaining. Still a good chance to get into the playoffs. Very good chance to get into the playoffs. And still only going to be a game back behind Marin. Anything can happen.
Now it brings up Dominic DeVille once again. 3 for 4 fouls. This one back, 0-1.
Good rip by DeVille that time. He was swinging with bad intentions.
Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Ross took a little off that pitch. DeVille way out in front. So quickly, DeVille down 0-2 in the count.
Here comes the 0-2. In the dirt, good block by Quijada. You know, up 14-6. Still a lot of chatter coming from the Marin dugout, and that won't sit well with the Solano Falcons. You know, especially if these two could possibly meet in the playoffs. Lays off that pitch, 2-2.
Well, in 2013, it was Solano and Marin kind of head-to-head down the stretch. Marin ended up winning the Bay Valley Conference. Solano ended up in third. Solano actually could have ended up in second.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's the second out of the inning, second strikeout of the inning.
But Solano lost the last game of the season against Laney, dropped Solano down to the third spot in the Bay Valley Conference. So Laney ended up in the playoffs, had to travel to Fresno, play Fresno City College. Falcons just had to go to Marin, 3-game series, and ended up winning that series 2-1 against Marin.
First pitch, called, strike count goes 0-1. Yeah, hopefully they don't drop down to the 3C, stay in the 2-hole and make a good run at it.
But that loss to Laney, I thought, was a big break, closer to home, playing a team you're real familiar with.
Swing and a miss, strike 2.
And, of course, in that game, Solano dropped the first game. They were down 2-0 in the second game, bottom of the ninth, because that second game, even though they're at Marin, Solano becomes the home game, facing the toughest closer in all of California.
Popped up near the dugout, coming over is Webster, down to the ground.
He got it.
And he made the grab. What a grab by Webster. And that will end the inning, with the damage is done with a 2-run home run, and Marin cap on 3 more, 14-6, heading to the bottom of the 8th. (11-6) in favor of the Mariners here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Garland Webster, who made a spectacular catch to end the top of the 8th inning, is now coming up to the plate.
And what a great effort by Garland Webster on that play. Never gave up on it. Nice diving catch, rolled over. And I'm not absolutely 100% sure he caught the ball, because when he caught it, he rolled over, so no chance to really see if it hit the ground. But he sure sold it when he came up.
Yeah, he came up with a bare hand. So if it was in the glove, then possibly not, a bare hand. First pitch in there, strike called, count goes 0-1.
So Cooper Cassad still on the hill for Marin. They've gone with Baker and then Cassad today. Both have been tremendously effective.
Ball in the dirt, 1-1.
Yeah, and that hit Champagne right in the jaw. Took a bad bounce, came up. Boy, he's really been working behind the plate today.
Oh, yeah. You know, those always hurt. That's why you see a lot of the catchers wear those neck guards that hang below. So give him a little time. He's okay. He's a strong guy. Yeah, so Marin will go back home on Saturday to play Napa, where Solano comes back tomorrow and will play Los Medanos. And Marin 2-0 in that series against Napa, so they can make it a clean sweep against them. And that's low, ball 2.
Solano, on the other hand, as we said before, they're going to play Los Medanos tomorrow. Then next Tuesday, they go to Napa, and that series tied at 1-1. That's an all-important game.
Oh, and he fists this one out in the right field, and that's going to drop for a base hit for Garland Webster.
So a Texas Leaguer single there, as we used to call them back in my day.
So Josh Meekum getting a pinch hit now for Darian Evans.
So Webster ended the last inning with a sensational play. Starts this one off with a base hit. And so Josh Meekum, the freshman out of Vanden, coming up to the plate. He's been used rather sparingly this year.
So now the game has just reached a 3-hour mark here today. As it is 5:40 now, started at 2:40. This one's chopped foul. Count goes 0-1.
Meekum hitting just .219 on the season.
Yeah, it's 227 in conference play. He does a good job seeing a lot of pitches.
Pretty good speed, real athletic.
Checks his swing. He does not go. It's called a strike anyways, 0-2. Smartly lays off that pitch. Tough to hit.
So the College of Marin, they've won the Bay Valley Conference Championship the last 2 years, 2013, 2014, trying to go for their third BVC title in a row.
Strike 3 call, caught him looking 3 straight pitches.
And certainly for the Marin Mariners, a win today, a big step in the right direction in terms of earning their third Bay Valley Conference Championship in a row. Laney won the BVC in 2012. Solano and Marin both did not make the playoffs, and from 2006 to 2011, Solano won the Bay Valley Conference each year. They did tie with Marin in 2009.
So Jesse Phipps getting a pinch hit here, batting .296 in conference play with a .345 on base percentage. Fouls this one off down the line. Count goes 0-1. You know, here you're playing for a little bit of pride. You know, you're down 14-6. Just get one back. You know, do a little cosmetic damage on the scoreboard here. Show that you're not done fighting. As a guy a little chippy there in the last inning after the home run. A lot of talking going on. Both dugouts were warned. And that's going to be a strike at the knees, 0-2. Cooper Cassad, that's 5 straight strikes he's thrown now.
Well, unless something miraculous happens, Solano will lose their second game in a row. But the last time they lost 2 in a row, they ran off 7 in a row.
Oh, and that's it high and deep into right field. That's going off the top of the fence. And that's going to rattle around. They're going to keep Webster at third. Phipps to second. What a hit by Jesse Phipps. Without that high fence, that's
what
a
do you
home
think?
run
Maybe
anywhere
missed it by 2 feet there?
Just 2 feet.
About 2 feet from clearing the right field fence. So big time hit by Phipps. So Falcons aren't done.
Yeah. Like I said, just put the cosmetic fix on the board.
Not going gently into that good night. And now Andres Quijada coming up to the plate.
This is Andre's second at-bat. He grounded out to the shortstop in his first at-bat, 0 for 1 today. All the way from Venezuela.
Ooh.
Slider in there, strike called, 0-1.
Good pitch by Cassad there.
Now, you know, he just keeps throwing strikes. Has yet, since the first batter, has not thrown a ball. So, last 3 batters now. And that's outside, ball 1. So let's see if Andres Quijada can come up here with a couple RBIs for the Falcons.
Yeah, big opportunity for the freshman here.
Chop this one. It's going to go to the shortstop, picks it up, throws it over to first. 1 run comes in to score. Running around third is going to bring up Connor Dick. Dick 0 for today, still looking for his first hit. He almost had his first hit. Ripped down the right field line, and D. Martini made an outstanding play to end that inning.
And that was a huge play in the game. Falcons had runners on base. That could have really led to some more runs for them, and that's what they've needed in this game, just trying to keep pace with the Mariners.
So now 2 outs, runner on third, 1 run already in. 14-7, favor of Marin. Good curveball in there, strike called. He's using his breaking balls on the first pitch to the last 3 batters. So now the 0-1. Let's see if Connor Dick can get his first hit. Pokes this one down, and that's foul. Now that one was foul.
And pretty close to the pitch he hit in his last at-bat where DeMartini made that great play. And just a little late getting around on the fastball.
So now 0-2, 2 outs. Expect that slider coming in on the outside corner. Casad is going to look to get out of this inning with a strikeout. Put a little exclamation point on it. Oh, this one's lifted into right center field. That ball is going to drop, and that ball gets down. Connor Dick's first hit of the game, and it's an RBI single.
Nice attempt by Morgan. I think there in right field made a dive and made it close, but couldn't make the catch there. And so Connor Dick has his first hit of the game, and give him an RBI to go with that.
Alex Nesikevich coming up now. He's 0 for 1, couple of walks, 2 scored runs. And it was actually Nesikevich who hit that play to end the game, end the 6th inning when DeMartini made the play. We were wrong. DeMartini made 2 great plays in that 6th inning. First pitch is a ball, 1-0. So now 14-8 in favor of Marin. 6-run ball game. And that's called a strike at the knees, 1-1. Somebody in the crowd said, hey, get out your 9-iron there.
And it looked like Andres Cajada used a 9-iron on his little hit, just popped it up to the shortstop, went down to get it.
And the dirt, 2-1.
Nesikevich would need a sand iron there. That was in the dirt.
Maybe 54 degree. Something you could pop it up. Right now, he needs to bring out that driver and drive something into the gap.
No, we're not done with the golf stuff.
Yeah, Michael McLeod back here, not enjoying our golf references. So 3-1 to Nesikevich.
And he's the reason Solano's losing. Too late.
Not Nesikevich, Mike McLeod. Pulls it back, strike called. Count goes full now, 2 outs. And Dick will be on the move here. Full count. Hits this one up the middle, and that's through for a base hit. Dick's going to go to third. And Nesikevich gets his first hit of the ball game.
Good base running there by Connor Dick. He just kept going, and he runs really well, gets to third.
And we're going to have another pinch hitter. It's going to be Brandon Donnelly. Only has 5 at-bats all year, 1 hit.
Now batting, number 12.
So the freshman out of Bear River High School.
Donnelly.
And no hits, he has 1 run.
Yeah, 1 run, there we go. I had it.
I'm going, wait, his batting average is .000. But an opportunity to get his first community college hit right here, Brandon Donnelly.
Outside, ball 1, smartly taking that pitch. Yeah, that would be a huge run for Solano.
Yeah, a gapper here, maybe because you've got Nesikevich who runs well at first. You get 2 runs on the board, it's going to get interesting.
This one's hit right to Tarantino. He's going to throw over to first for out number 3. So Solano gets 2, heading to the top of the 9th.
Hi, I'm Jesse Phipps, freshman outfielder. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
All right, Greg. Now we have finally reached the 9th inning. And, man, this has been a long game.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were going to get here.
Yeah.
14-8. As you said, I did not expect so many runs in this game, especially the last time the Mariners came to town. It was that well-played 2-1 game. Just the opposite in this game today.
So Chris Ross still out on the mound. I believe he will pitch the rest of this game regardless of what happens in this inning because they have to save their bullpen for tomorrow with the back-to-back games coming up.
And Nathan Jeunesse, that is, will most likely be the starting pitcher tomorrow. You've got a fresh Adam Coates in the bullpen.
You know, the 8 spot, though, by Solano, the hitting has been there. They're putting runs on the board, so they just need to continue that hitting success going until tomorrow. And they just need a great pitching performance for tomorrow from Nathan Jeunesse. And that game will be brought to you here on the Solano College Sports Network. 2:30 start.
Yeah, for Solano to play well, they have to pitch well. You know, they're a lot like Marin, both these teams. You know, they play solid defense, good pitching. They're going to scrap some runs on the board, and they're going to be successful. But it's really been the pitching that has kind of faltered today and why Marin is up 14-8 over the Falcons.
So now it's going to be Jeff Villafana up at the plate. First pitch high outside, ball 1. So Ross still on the mound, pitching from the stretch.
And wind picking up a little bit more, now blowing out towards right center.
That pitch is low, ball 2, 2-0.
Really interesting how the wind's kind of turned around in this game. We started the game. Remember, we're just trying to tamp up our rosters and stuff. It was howling, blowing in from center field.
Strike called at the knees, 2-1.
And now the wind's kind of shifted, blowing out towards right.
High, ball 3.
So Ross, this has kind of been his struggle all year. He's just struggled with his command.
And that plunks him right in the back, and that is a hit by the pitch. To lead off, and that one was not intentional whatsoever.
No, just got a wet when it's 3-0.
Yeah. So that's the 12th walk on the day for Solano.
Also, too, I'm not sure if you mentioned it. It looks like Briar Litz now playing out at first base in the place of Bo Siegel.
That's going to be a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Sterling Champagne up at the plate. Yeah, so 12 walks on the day for Solano's pitching and also 6 errors from the defense. And
you're just not going to win.
That's 18. That's 18 under batsmen up. Coming up on the bases. This one's fouled back. 0-2. With 14 hits for Marin, so their hit total matches their run total. So now the 0-2. Oh,
yeah. That
that's
got
a
his
foul
knuckles.
ball, yep.
Yeah, I guess the fan in the stands is right.
Yeah, I heard the tink. Oh,
Maybe
they're going to give him
not.
the base?
Yeah, I thought it hit him right on his knuckle.
I heard a lot. I heard a tink coming off the bottom of the bat.
He's got tinky knuckles.
Yeah. So that's back-to-back hits batsmen's.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, I heard a tink. It sounded like the bottom of the bat because it can hit the bottom of the bat, then hit your knuckle. It can roll up, and that is a foul ball. But they give him the base there with Matthew Tarantino up at the plate.
You could tell more than anything the way that Champagne reacted.
Yeah, there's a couple times back in my playing days where that happened, where it hit off the bottom of the bat and hit me in the knuckle, and it was called a foul on me, even though my knuckle was stinging.
Ooh.
Inside, ball 2.
We got to get a mic in the stands. They're more entertaining than we are, which isn't saying much.
Yeah,
huh?
true that. 2-0 the count now. And this one's hit to Webster. Going to go 2. Oh, throws it away.
Oh, my goodness me.
And now he's going to go home, and they're just going to hold the ball out and right. And Meekums you have to get the ball in. You can't just hold it out in the outfield. So that's the 7th error of the ball game. Sam Morgan up at the plate now. He only has 1 hit and 6 at-bats. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Sam Morgan had that big double in the last inning, too.
Mm-hmm. His first hit of the ball game. Fouls this one off. Little check swing, 0-2.
I think Sterling Champagne is the only starter to not have a hit.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He reached on an error back in the 5th and had a walk.
And he's hitting 189.
Mm-hmm. 0-2 now. High, ball 1. So 15-8 in favor of the Marin Mariners. No outs here in the top of the 9th inning. Runner on the corners. High, ball 2.
And, you know, we have been pretty lucky here on Solano College Sports Network with the games that we've done thus far. We have really had some outstanding games this season here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. And this is the first game we've done that really has kind of been a blowout for the other team.
This one's lifted high and deep into left field. But going back is Phipps. Phipps makes the catch. Run will come in to score. Lobs it in.
So 15 runs on the board.
16.
16, baby. Yeah, and some.
Yeah, the Marin Mariners have scored in every single, actually, almost every inning, except for 2, the 1st and the 6th. Now DeMartini up at the plate. And this one's lifted down the left field line, tailing. And that is a foul ball.
Yeah, I was checking the scores of the previous games for Solano. First time this season they've given up double digits. First time this season.
It's the wrong time of the year to give up double-digit runs, but unfortunately it's the way it panned out today.
Coming off that loss on the road to Laney, and Laney just 4-16, 12-20 on the season. That doesn't help. Then you come in, the team you're tied for first with, and you get your hats handed to you.
He swings at that one, fouls it off, 0-2.
But the nice thing is just one loss.
Yep, just one. Get it all out of your system right now.
Solano will drop to 15-5, 20-12 on the season. Still very respectable. And they've got four games left.
Strike 3, call, caught him. Oh! It looked like the umpire was ready to ring him up, but he called out a ball. That has been a strike most of this ballgame. And you thought in a blowout you might get that call.
I don't think he wants to leave. He's just going to stay out here as long as he can. Maybe all the fans will leave by the time the game's over.
1-2 now. This one's hit up the middle. Picked up, tags a runner, throws it to first. Double play out of the inning. There we go. So Marin tacks on 2 more, heading to the bottom of the 9th. All right, bottom of the ninth. We never thought we'd make it here, but we have. Marin leads 16-8 over the Solano Falcons, and it looks like Marin's going to be on their way to 16-4, with Solano will go 15-5. Here at Billy Louis Yarborough Stadium, it's going to be Joey Dotson, followed by Briar Litz, and then Garland Webster. The 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up. Cooper Sade is done. No walks, 1 strikeout, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, and 3 innings pitched. Now Nick Russ coming in to pitch. Nick Russ has thrown 10 1/3 inning with 2.61 ERA, 3 strikeouts on the year.
Nick Russ, too, big boy out there.
Yeah.
Pretty good size. 6'1", 200-pounder. He looks bigger than that out of Campolindo High School.
So let's see if Solano can come up with a miraculous comeback here.
Well, they need 8 runs here in the bottom of the ninth just to get it all even.
Tough task at hand, but I believe it can be done.
Never say never.
First pitch is called a strike.
But if they don't, and they drop this game, Napa goes into sole possession, first place in the Bay Valley Conference, 16-4 record. As we said before, Solano drops into second at 15-5.
This one's chopped to Tarantino, comes up with it, lobs it over to first, and that's out number 1.
And with just 4 games remaining, and with Marin now winning the series 2-1, they would have to drop 2 of their remaining 4. Solano would have to win out in order to win the Bay Valley Conference.
Yeah, Marin losing doesn't look like it. They're going to play Napa. They hold 2-0 record over them. They go to Los Medanos, 2-0 record over them. Mendocino, 1-1, looking for that series win. And then they go to Laney to finish off the season, 2-0. And that's called a strike at the knees, 0-1.
Yeah, I mean, the Napa game, Napa's got a good squad. That'll be a tough battle. The road trip to Mendocino, but Solano has to take care of business, too. Get back in the winning column tomorrow against Los Medanos. And then they play at Napa. That's going to be a tough game. Contra Costa on Tuesday. Again, that'll be our last regular season game for you.
Checks his swing. And, yes, he did go 1-2 now.
And if Solano, if they don't win the Bay Valley Conference, then more than likely that Contra Costa game next Tuesday will be our last Solano baseball game of the season.
Yeah, and Solano, this is the first time Solano's lost back-to-back games since February 12th. Hit to Tarantino, hard chopper, almost throws it away, makes the grab. That is out number 2, 6-3. And now it's going to bring up Garland Webster. Garland, nice day, though, 2 for 4, an RBI, a double, a single, and a scored run.
You know, give credit, too, to the Mariners. Came in here on the road knowing they needed a big win, and they have played excellent baseball today.
Yeah, they came out of the gates just red hot. That first inning, almost scored. Darren Evans makes a great play. Ever since then, they capped on 1 in the second, 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 4 in the fifth, none in the sixth, 2 in the seventh, 3 in the eighth, and 2 in the ninth. And that's called a strike.
And it's tough for the Falcons when you take arguably one of the best defensive players in Rubalcaba out of the lineup. Of course, he was the designated hitter, but he's really the leader, especially on defense out in the field.
And this one's hit high up in the air. Heyman is going back. Heyman is under it. Makes the grab for out number 3, and that is a ball game. So final score 16-8 in favor of the Marin Mariners. And your takes from the game, Pop.
Well, not a pretty game, especially if you are a Falcon fan, and this is really a tough loss to stomach if you're a Falcon fan, because for all intents and purposes, this really is going to make it difficult to get a Bay Valley Conference championship. And I know Coach Stover coming into this season, that's always the goal, but especially with this team, they had not won the Bay Valley Conference since 2011. And, boy, they were setting up nicely until they hit that hiccup against Laney on Tuesday. Now they drop it home to Marin. So more than likely they're going to get into the playoffs, but Marin will win the Bay Valley Conference championship again. If they lose 2 of the next 4 Solano wins out, then we're maybe talking a different tune, singing a different tune. And for us, that means on Tuesday, probably our last broadcast of Solano baseball. And I know for us, a big thing we were worried about with the girls already locking up the BVC in softball, potentially we would have had Solano playing a home series, the softball team home series same weekend. For us, we were trying to figure out how we were going to cover all of that. Well, Solano at least made that dilemma a little bit easier. We'll still wait and see.
Yeah, you know, Solano they took their lickings today, and now it's time to, clean the field, go home, get a good night's rest, and just
Back tomorrow, baby.
Yeah, forget about everything that happened today. They have to win tomorrow. Focus on each day because they really hold their own fate down the stretch here with 4 games left to play, and they're all crucial series from here on out. They want that number 2 seed in the BVC standings. Maybe if Marin loses a couple games, as you talked about, it could happen. Crazier things have happened, so Solano needs to win out. And with this team, this is not a good game for them today, but all season long they've been playing outstanding baseball. I expect a big game from them tomorrow.
And a chance for the sophomores to really step up, show some leadership, and a chance for the freshmen to be able to deal with some adversity. Let's see how they respond. We'll be back at it tomorrow here on the Solano College Sports Network.
Yeah.
I think Tyler Stover will be in doing the game with you. I'll be on a camera again.
Yeah, Tyler Stover being with me tomorrow. So for Stash Moida, Greg Poff, and all of us here at the Solano College Sports Network, thank you for watching.